All right, looks like we are up and running. Today, we are going to be going over two videos. We've got Do Not Buy Tekken by Expert Review Zone and Tekken 8 is Terrible by MyNameIsDeath. I've been playing a lot of Tekken lately, getting deep into it, streaming it a little bit, so come join me when I stream my ranked climb. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. So much so that if we go and look at my Tekken thing here, scroll down here, achievements, I've unlocked every achievement in Tekken. So I've played every bit of at least single player content in this game. You have to win one ranked match and then win or do a public match or something like that. Group match, I think it is. Those are the only online achievements, I believe. So I've done all the content in Tekken. I think the only thing I haven't actually 100% done is I haven't beaten the arcade mode with every character, but I did beat the character story mode with every character. So I've done that. So I've been playing a lot of Tekken. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not a fighting game expert. I'm not a Tekken expert yet. I'm trying to become one, but I'm not one yet. I've only really played Tekken 6, 7, and 8, and I started playing the old ones recently, just to get a feel for them. But I really like it. I think it's one of the greatest fighting games potentially ever made. Like I said, not an expert, but the mechanics seem pretty tight. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's incredibly fun. The last time I was this excited about a fighting game was a Smash Ultimate, which I know a lot of people would quibble is not really a fighting game. It's a platform fighter. It's a fighting game. But anyway, the last time I was this excited about a fighting game was Smash Ultimate, and I'm just absolutely hooked, and I think it's really good, and I think it's got plenty of single player content, even more multiplayer content. I think it's just a fantastic video game. I've got about 52 hours in it. I had probably 20-ish when I got all the achievements, 20 or 25, something like that. So it's got a good amount of content. But yeah, with all that preamble, let's see if we can learn from Expert Review Zone up first why it sucks.
Hello, welcome back to another video. So recently I've been playing the brand new or to be soon released Tekken 8, and as an avid fan of fighting games.
So this is funny to me. This is a hot take, not only because he says do not buy Tekken, which is a hot take in and of itself, but this video is based on the demo that came out. This man is already saying it's incredibly disappointing based on the demo. So the game wasn't even out. This is 4 weeks ago. I think Tekken came out 3 weeks ago. So my man is jumping to extreme conclusions based on basically nothing. So let's see if he actually comes up with some valid conclusions. Especially, we've got some hindsight now that the game is out. Let's see if he's actually right about anything.
I knew I just had to play this game. Unfortunately, so far it's kind of been bland, boring, disappointing, and rather lacking in a certain kind of luster that we'll be getting into in today's video.
Bland and boring are some of the last things I would use to describe Tekken. You can maybe say sometimes fights kind of devolved in, okay, you take a turn doing your jabs, and I can take a turn doing your jabs, but they rarely stay that way. There's a lot of really flashy characters. I play Victor and Jin. Jin's got a whole bunch of red flame kind of stuff coming out of him. When he does a lot of his special moves, if you manage to do an electric, which I'm capable of doing, not great at, but I can do an electric Wing God Fist. If you manage to do that, there's a lot of electricity that comes out of him. Victor teleports, and he's got guns and a red glowing samurai sword. So there's lots of flashy stuff in there. Who else is really flashy? Lars is reasonably flashy. Kazuya's pretty flashy. He turns into a demon when he's in heat, which is, I was talking to my buddy about this 2 days ago. When I say they're in heat, it sounds really bad, but I don't know how else to say it because there's a heat mechanic. You can see it there on the bar there, that blue bar underneath your health. That's called the heat gauge. So when you activate it, you start going down that bar and you do chip damage, and I think you might do a little bit more damage, but you at least do chip damage and you can do your heat smash. So when you activate it, I just say you're in heat, even though it sounds wrong. Anyway, there's a lot of really like flashy characters. Rain is really flashy, too. There's just even the bears are like big and flashy. So like boring is not what I would say, and dull. I don't know. This is already just not grueling at all. One of the things I think is incredibly flashy that the game does. The heat smashes are really flashy. They're not incredibly flashy, but they're pretty flashy. The rage arts are very flashy. There's oftentimes like a huge animation that happens. It's reminiscent of the Mortal Kombat. Well, it's reminiscent of just like Supers and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat X-rays. Although they obviously don't X-ray. They're not generally as violent as Mortal Kombat, but it's reminiscent of that style of thing. It was one of the things that the game does as like within a fight that's very flashy is if you both strike each other, if it's like close to death and you both strike each other at about the same time, it'll slow down to show who's actually going to win the hit. So I really don't see the boringness. I find Tekken fights incredibly exciting. There can be boring when you're just trading jabs. That part can be boring. And it actually does get kind of boring to just watch somebody air combo the fuck out of another person. Because it's just like, okay, that person can't really respond while this is happening. So it's a bit rough for them. There's not really a back and forth happening when that's happening. But it still looks cool, like the entire time.
So, as someone who does quite enjoy the fighting game genre, I have to admit, the fighting game genre space is getting kind of crowded. There's so many games out right now. You've got the Mortal Kombat franchise.
Is it getting kind of crowded? It is, sort of. Right now we're in like a mini renaissance in that the big three just put out their big fighting games. So we've got Mortal Kombat 1 came out at the end of last year. Street Fighter 6 came out the middle of last year. And Tekken 8 just came out at the beginning of this year. This EVO is going to be wild because the newest Tekken, the newest Street Fighter, and the newest Mortal Kombat all are like, I think Street Fighter 6 would be a year old. The other two will be less than a year old, and it will be their first appearance at EVO. Street Fighter 6 appeared at EVO, but it was only a couple of months of practice before it actually appeared at EVO. So it's probably going to be a substantially evolved game by then. I think we're actually also going to have, we have at least 2 DLC characters. I don't believe we're at the last EVO. And I think Ed's going to be in there. They just showed the trailer for him. So is it, like, really crowded? We've got the other... I can't remember the other games that were at EVO. But the standard, like, kind of Arc System Works fighting games, I think it's, like, Grand Blue and... what the fuck? Guilty Gear. I don't remember the... Is it Strive? I don't remember the current one. I don't actually follow the fighting game community that much. I follow the big 3 a bit, but I don't really follow the anime ones. The only kind of anime Arc System Works one that I followed was Dragon Ball FighterZ, because I got into that for a little bit. So is it crowded? The big 3 just showed up, which makes things rough. But we haven't had like a... Dragon Ball FighterZ was probably the last time a really big game actually came out. Like a new franchise kind of came out. Guilty Gear's been picking up in Steam because Evo is picking up. Grand Blue, I don't think it's doing amazing numbers or anything. Smash kind of fell off. So a couple of games actually fell off. Smash was great, but it's no longer like super competitive. It doesn't even show up at Evo anymore. Dragon Ball FighterZ, I don't believe it's showing up on Evo, so that one kind of fell off. What was the one I was going to bring up? I forgot. Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom. Infinite just basically killed that game. So I don't think that I don't think it's that crowded. You got your... I don't know. We at least have a big game in the 2D space in Street Fighter 6. We have a big game in the 3D space in Tekken. We have a big game in the platform fighter space, but it's not getting the competitive sports we get in Smash Brothers. Mortal Kombat is a 2D game, but it doesn't seem like people actually just take it that seriously as a competitive game. So, and you got your, like, a couple of anime-style fighting games. So, I know that wasn't, like, a major point of his, so I'm not convinced that this... We don't seem like we're crazy crowded right now. You got your options. Options are good. I think it's options more than it is crowded.
Came out with a new one, Mortal Kombat 1. You got Street Fighter, came out with a new Street Fighter 6 recently. And then we have Tekken, which...
Yeah, so he's just talking about the big three. I think these are also very different games. The ones that are most similar is Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6. Granted, like, if you're in the fighting games, you're probably going to be into one or all of these. So, I understand that. But they're reasonably different experiences. I didn't play much of Mortal Kombat 1. I played it for like 30 minutes. It was just like the constant frame changes, like the frame rate changes while playing, actually bothered the hell out of me. I really didn't like it. And I don't like the assist feature in that game. I may pick it up just when it's on sale or something later. But I was not impressed with it. But I did play a decent bit of Street Fighter 6, tried to get in competitive. I was playing like modern controls though with Marisa, because I kind of suck at that game. But a lot of the fundamentals are necessary there, especially since you block using back in both Street Fighter 6 and Tekken. So you actually can like apply some of what you learn from one fighting game to another. So that's good. But they are very different. Like there's no sidestepping in Street Fighter, and there's very little jumping in Tekken. You just generally don't end up jumping over your opponent. It does happen. There's a couple of every character can jump, and there's a couple of moves. I was just fighting a Raven yesterday who kept doing this jumping move, and he jumped over me several times. So there are jumping moves, but it's not like the same diagonal kind of like big leaping flip jump like you see in Street Fighter 6. Also, in Tekken, down back does not block mid. So even though in Street Fighter a lot of times the actual strat is to block down, you do down back to block because you don't want to keep backing up. In Tekken, you don't want to do that because you're going to get hit. But also, if you're backing up in Tekken, that's still a block, which I don't believe it is in Street Fighter. So there just seems like there's a good bit of difference in these. There also is like very few projectiles in Tekken. There are some, like Victor has his gun. I can't remember who. I think it was Devil Jin has like a laser that can immediately come out. I believe Kazuya has a laser too. So there are projectiles, but they're not as big as they are in Street Fighter or in Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat also has a good amount of teleports. And Tekken has a couple, but they're normally not crazy. They're normally very slow. Like, you'll see like a Yoshimitsu start spinning and then he'll teleport. Or you'll see Victor kind of teleport, but he's still attacking you from the same direction generally. Whereas somebody like a Scorpion will do a teleport and he'll show up behind you. So, while it's technically true that the big three just came out, so if you want to play all of them, you're going to have to, it's going to be a while. Like, you can't really, you're going to kind of have to focus on one right now. They did come out staggered, so you could learn one before the other one comes out. And they are different enough to where, yeah, it's just, they fulfill different niches. I didn't really get into Street Fighter 6 just because, well, I did like the game. I actually thought it was probably one of the better Street Fighters in a while. Again, not an expert. Definitely not an expert on Street Fighter. I'm an expert more on Smash and Tekken than I am on Street Fighter, and I'm barely an expert on Smash or Tekken, so I did really like it, but I had like a character crisis in Street Fighter. I just could not figure out who it was I wanted to play. I kind of liked Ken and Marisa, but I wasn't feeling anybody that hard. Okay, so we're gonna jump over that way. Can we just get there from here? Yeah, kinda. Cool. That works.
Which has to be one of the most bland fighting games out there in comparison to the competition.
I just fully disagree. I mean, this is just his opinion. But, like, I'd really be curious how... Oh, there I go. I'd be very curious how he could back that up. It doesn't seem more bland in mechanics or looks, definitely than Street Fighter. Not an expert on the latest Mortal Kombat. I played 9, 10, and 11. So I do know Mortal Kombat pretty well. I know how it works. I know the X-rays. I know the fatalities. I know all that fun shit. But you're going to have to back that one up, my dude.
It has like the most bland fighters, the most bland visual appearance.
There is no fucking way it has the most bland fighters. There's like 30 fighters, I think, in Tekken. Something like that. There's like 30 of them. 2 of them are bears. There's like 3 robots. One of them is a girl who pulls out chainsaws. One of them is a gigantic hulking monster who just like pokes the shit out of you. You can create all your characters. You can act like every single character is basically fully customizable. There's things about them you can't change, but you can change their hair. You can change their hair color. You can change their skin. I think you can change their skin color, at least a little bit. You can make them more tan and shit like that. You can add weapons to them if you want to. Some of them actually do stuff. Like you can add a shotgun that actually shoots people. You can completely change their color scheme. You can completely change their clothes. You can unlock more clothes. You can put a freaking traffic cone on their head. So the customization in that game is insane. So even if you say like, oh, these are all boring, like make them not boring then. I totally disagree and think that they're not boring, or think that they're boring. There's the new guy, Victor, who I love, is like a businessman, samurai, ninja. Like, he's fucking cool. And he speaks French. So it's just like, what is going... He's like a mashup of so many things. But it ends up... His aesthetic definitely works. The French is a little strange, but it's fine. French people could be samurai ninjas. Why not? So, he's cool. I'm trying to think if we have like a really old character or a really fat character. I can't really think of one. Because Heihachi's gone. We've got Reina, who, spoilers, is sort of two-faced. She's cool. Jin is protagonist man, basically, but his moves are pretty flashy. Kazuya is a bad man, like stereotype, but his moves are pretty flashy. We've got at least one black ninja in Raven. He's like an American black ninja. We've got Leroy, who's a black Wing Chun master. So I don't know what bland characters you're talking about. The game is also very pretty and runs so well and has so many good performance options that it runs at 60 FPS on Steam Deck. I think it's very pretty too. It's very colorful, detailed, good details, good HDR. It looks great. I mean, I'm playing at 4K at OLED HDR, but it looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm not following you there. Nothing was bland about it. I mean, it looks like Tekken. Tekken's kind of looked the same since about Tekken 6. Like, it looks... It's actually interesting. People were kind of confusing it for Tekken 7. Well, not confusing it, but saying, hey, like, it just looks like Tekken 7. When you actually go and look at Tekken 7, it looks way fucking better than Tekken 7. But it's got... It looks like a up-resed with better effects Tekken 7. Like, the art style is the same as Tekken 7. It's very similar to Tekken 6. I was just playing Tekken 5. I mean, it still kind of looks like that. So, if you're saying it's bland because it looks like Tekken, well, they're not going to change it so drastically. Street Fighter actually went through huge changes, which is wild. It actually looks somewhat realistic now, which is kind of crazy. So, I just fully disagree with the bland. I think that's absurd.
The most bland feeling when you're playing the game. It doesn't have the very graphic fatalities of Mortal Kombat. It doesn't have the ultra stylized characters of Street Fighter.
There are definitely ultra stylized characters. First of all, the latest Street Fighter probably has the least stylized characters of all. Right? Because it's realistic looking. You want stylized stuff. Street Fighter 5 did it a decent bit. Street Fighter 4 did it a lot. Street Fighter 4 is very stylized. But these characters are quite stylized. I mean, their faces look pretty much real, but like Jack 8 doesn't look like a regular human being. You know? Who else also doesn't really look like they could exist? There is actual demons in it. So, like, Kazuya turns into an actual demon. Devil Jin is like half demon. So, those are pretty stylized. If he just means they're like, oh, it looks like if it was a demon, they look like they could exist in real life. I mean, I guess that would be true, but there's nothing bland about them. They all have very different personalities too, and that shows in their moveset. So I'm not sure what the fuck he's talking about.
To 6 doesn't have the cool weapons from Soul Calibur. It's just kind of like a very kind of looking game. So my first complaint of this game...
The cool weapons from Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur looks pretty good. Soul Calibur 6 I thought looked pretty good. At least I thought it was pretty. Like, it had a decent style. But it may not have been, like, the most graphically impressive. Anyway, if you're just missing the weapons from Soul Calibur 6, okay. I don't know. I mean, this game is way more stylized than, like, the old school Tekkens, where it's basically just two people, and they just kind of punch and kick each other. There's way more going on. There's, like, flames being spat out. Everybody turns red when they're enraged. They turn kind of bluish-white when they're in heat, which is kind of opposite of what heat is. I guess if you're going really hot, blue and white would be hot, right? But rage was always red, so it makes sense that they would change it. So, I don't know. Can I even get my fucking runes here? I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the fatalities. Did I fucking kill myself again? I sure did. I lost my runes. I don't even remember how many I had. I don't care.
Game would have to be the difficulty. Now, it's been a very long time since I last played a Tekken game. Last time I played Tekken very seriously was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I think it was Tekken 6. At the time, I was staying in a guest house in Japan, and they had Tekken 6 and a PlayStation 3 or...
So, the difficulty in Tekken 8. I would generally agree that maybe the difficulty could be bumped up a bit. I was just playing Tekken 3. Hot take from me. I think Tekken 3 is pretty much dog shit. At least the single player stuff. You play that shit on like medium, and these motherfuckers like input read the fuck out of you. God tier ducks, God tier dodges, God tier blocks. It's crazy. They will punish the ever-loving shit out of you. You normally have to find a specific strategy with each character in order to beat them. It doesn't feel like you can play fair Tekken against them, which it's dog shit. So, really not a fan of that. It could be that I need to get good. There is certainly a level of I need to get good with Tekken 3. So, I won't entirely disagree, but being at least decent at fighting games, not great, but like I'm not dog shit at any fighting game, really. So being at least decent and putting it on medium, I shouldn't watch them fucking input read. I shouldn't watch like every fucking punch I go for, they just immediately fucking duck. Like, it's so crazy how bad it is in that fucking game. So, Tekken 8 doesn't need to be that bad, or like that hard. But it probably could be bumped up a bit. It didn't take me very long to be able to consistently beat hard level characters. And so maybe it could be bumped up. It is weird that when you go into single player versus CPU matches, you can bump it all the way up to very hard. I don't even know if I played it very hard. I want to say it was like medium hard, and then another one and like very hard. I want to say that was it. I think I played the one above hard, but I didn't play the max one yet, because I just kind of went and played online. But if you go and play in like the arcade mode, you can't do that. I wonder if it's because like maybe the first character, like if you play on hard, the first character you play might be medium, and then the middle ones are hard, and the higher ones are actually very hard. I wonder if that's kind of the idea. At any rate, I might agree that it could be a little bit more difficult. He is just playing the demo, though, so there's that.
Can't remember now. We used to have competitions in the guest house, and I was actually one of the best players. I used to destroy everyone.
Cool. I'm glad you were good at Tekken. That's cool. Good job, buddy. I wonder where are we going with this? So you just want to talk about how you used to destroy all your buddies?
Including the guest house manager. And it's been a while since I last played a Tekken game, but I put the difficulty up to the most difficult level, which is ultra hard. And even with just some basic...
Why am I so bad at getting the... I think I got the stone that I needed, but I just can't fucking platform right here. It's fucking shit. I'm dog shit. I don't like... I understand why there's some bit of platforming in this game to try to make you just like, okay, like, not everything is going to be given to you. You're going to have to do a little movement. So I get it, but it's not tight enough for it to be fun. It's just annoying most of the time. I think it's sometimes a necessary evil, but a lot of times it's kind of just poor.
Basic button mashing, I was able to defeat the computer on ultra hard mode whilst not even knowing how to play the character. Now, you see in the gameplay I'm pretty good right now because I've at this point memorized most of the special attacks, and I've got a good feeling of the move set of my character, and I know what attacks to use and at what range to use them, so I did eventually start getting a lot better. But even when I just started the game, I was already destroying the computer just by button mashing.
Yeah, I think I would minorly agree here. I don't see this as like a gigantic criticism, because I don't... If you want to get very good at the game, it is a bit weird that you could like button mash. I'm not certain that you can always do it, but you can do it to some extent. I would agree with them there. Even on harder difficulties, you can. I know this because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I first got the game. Excuse me, and I was able to beat things on like very hard. And now I know what I'm doing, and I'm able to even beat them even harder. So I don't disagree with them. Even the story, I did lose a bit toward the end. I barely lost before that. And then in the arcade quest mode, I didn't drop a single actual match. I dropped a couple of rounds, but I didn't drop a single match. So, they're up there. God damn it. So, I would generally agree that it should be a little bit harder. I think that's fair. But, I think the... Fuck. Did I fucking kill myself again? No, I didn't. Cool. I'm so dog shit at this. I think the way you get around the lack of difficulty in Tekken is you play other people. This game is like 20 hours of single player content. Like I said, I got like all the achievements in about 20 hours and I was basically focusing on single player. So it's about 20 hours of single player content if you want to do everything. And then you should, if you really want to get technically deep, you should go online. I think that's kind of how we solve your problem here. That doesn't mean that we can't make it hard for those 20 hours. So I'd agree that this is something that they should do, but it's just not like a major criticism to me. Because like if I want to get good at fighting games, you should never get good against computers. You should get good against other people. I mean, play against computers all day long. If that's all you really want to do, then yeah, I guess Tekken isn't perfect for you.
And I don't know why the computer is so pathetically weak. And you might be saying, well, this is a game you're supposed to play.
Also, for what it's worth, he was saying he was good right off the fucking bat, right? He played, what was it, Tekken 6 or whatever, and was beating the shit out of people. If you're new to Tekken, then you're probably not going to think it was super easy. He's not new to Tekken. I also wasn't new to Tekken. I wasn't an expert at it, but I did take Tekken 7 online a good bit. And I played like every major fighting game to some decent degree, you know. So I understand fighting game mechanics well enough to understand what it is I need to do in Tekken generally. Because Tekken it's not overly complicated. It is overly complicated when you get into every single move, but the basics aren't that complicated. You just got to make space, hit them when it's your turn, try to punish people. Like, it's not... The actual overall concept is reasonably simple. So, if you're not super used to that kind of thing, it's probably going to be very hard. It's like saying, okay, well, I played Dark Souls and I thought Elden Ring was easy. I'm like, yeah, do you think it's easy because you played Dark Souls? So you know about how it is. So there's a bit of a... I don't know what you would call it. Bit of a, like, a disconnect there, in that he literally said he's good, and then complaining that it's too easy. Like, okay.
Play online against other people. You're not supposed to play...
Yes, Pyro. What do you want, Pyro? Don't just say my name. You gotta say other things.
Against the computer. Well, I didn't really have much choice because, you know, the demo version only lets you play against the computer.
I know. So, you're saying... You're complaining about something in the demo version and saying people do not buy Tekken. If you're just playing the demo version, you probably shouldn't say, hey, don't buy Tekken, and be like, this is why the demo gives me pause or something like that. You know? You shouldn't just say, this game fucking sucks. Hi, Pyro. How are you? You want to talk about Tekken? Tekken are fun. Tekken are good. We love Tekken.
But also, one of the big new features of Tekken 8 is going to be the story mode. I've heard that they...
The story mode is... It's not a big new feature. It's been in, like, every Tekken since, like, I don't know, 5, 4, something like that. It's been a thing. It's definitely in 7. It's definitely in 6. I don't remember how much further it goes than that. So that's not a big new feature, but it is a big feature. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to crack this thing open. Did you hit it? Yay, we got him. We're gods. Okay, come here, boy. Come here. eat right quick. Oops. Dunzo.
They've put a big emphasis on the
The world is full of salty losers. That's true. Well, this guy is actually the opposite. He's a salty winner. He's just like, why do I always fucking win? It's bullshit. You always win because you said you're very good at Tekken. That's the problem.
story mode, which I never really understood for fighting games. Why would they think anyone would care about a stupid story mode in a fighting game?
This is completely fucking contradictory to what he was saying. He's complaining that the single player content isn't good enough, and then complaining that they added more single player content? If you don't care about single player content, then you shouldn't care about the fucking difficulty of it, right? But you do care about the difficulty of it, and then you bitch that they added more and say it doesn't make any damn sense when you're the one who wants to play single player content. If you want more difficult opponents, play online. You know? What the hell are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense.
No one cares about the fighting game story, they just want to fight.
First of all, that's not true. I didn't care much about it, but I got a buddy who literally was denying me matches. I'm calling you out live on stream. I'm calling you out, Matt. I got a buddy who didn't want to play with me, but he's way into Tekken. He's way into Tekken because he cares about the story and the individual character stories and shit like that. I don't think he thinks it's like super deep in it or anything, but he's been playing Tekken since he was really young, and he's just like, yeah, I like these characters. I find the game fun. I just like the style of things. So that's all fine. It's cool. He likes the story. Great. You don't. That's cool if you don't, but then I don't know why you're complaining about the single player difficulty. If you're just saying you only want to play arcade mode, well, that's there. Go fucking play arcade mode. Try dung butthole. Okay, yeah. I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go from here. I didn't see... This one's got a lot of secret passages in it. I didn't see one. That was obviously a secret passage. So let's find it. I didn't see a way to climb over this. There's a thing of Marika or whatever. Are these just like not a thing? Oh, they are a thing. Oh, can I drop down through there? Okay, there you go. Look, the dung butt hole. You see? Oh god, what happened? These things explode? Okay, cool.
Online against other players, or, you know, fight against their friends or family in the same living room. But
yes, and none of that is affected by the difficulty of the CPUs, which is what you were complaining about. So do you want the single player content or not? What do you want, dude? What do you want? It's the fucking, what is that? I can't remember the goddamn movie. The Ryan Gosling movie. I'm gonna look it up. Look up the Ryan Gosling and fucking one girl. Ryan Gosling romance movie. No, not dance movie. Romance movie. The Notebook. That's it. Jesus Christ. It's exactly The Notebook. It's the what do you want? It's exactly that. You're being a little bit contradictory. Nobody has any fucking clue what you want, dude. Talking out of both sides of your mouth there.
But the computer in the story mode, which is obviously going to be played by the computer, because how are you going to do story mode against other players? Obviously, you're going to fight main characters and big characters that appear in the story, and they're going to be compute.
Yes, this is all true. But according to you, no one gives a shit. So why are you complaining about the difficulty? You're literally like, nobody's going to play this game, this mode, but it's going to suck because it's too easy. That doesn't sound like... I don't know why you give a shit. It's very confusing.
Controlled by the computer, but it's just going to be really boring because the difficulty is not challenging at all, and I can't imagine how a story mode is going to be interesting in a fighting game. I think they should have just not...
Why can't the story be interesting in a fighting game? There's nothing that says it can't. That doesn't make any sense. You could tell the story of fucking, I don't know, what's a good story game that came out recently? God of War Ragnarok or something. You can just have it be one-on-one fights and then just show the rest in cutscenes. It wouldn't be the same experience, but it would still be a good story. You could tell the story of The Last of Us, theoretically, in a fighting game, and then fill in the rest with cutscenes. Right? You can tell damn near any story you want with cutscenes, and then fighting game gameplay between them. People praise Mortal Kombat for doing this. I think Mortal Kombat's story is fucking shit. It's entertaining sometimes, but it's mostly shit. So people praise Mortal Kombat for doing this. As far as I know, people are praising Tekken 8's story mode because it's entertaining. It's hype as shit. It's a boring story, but it is hype as shit. Oh no, the poop is gonna explode on me, damn it. So, there's no reason that you can't make a good story in a fighting game. I don't know why the mechanics affect the story being told.
Bothered with a story mode and just focused on the fighting mechanics of the game.
First of all, you're complaining about difficulty first, right? That's not the mechanics of the game. That is how good the CPU is at using the mechanics of the game. The mechanics of the game are solid even if the CPU is bad. Or at least they can be solid. I think they're quite solid. But you haven't said anything about the mechanics of the game. You're now pivoting to a different point, which is, I guess, fine. I mean, you could do multiple points, but you didn't sound like you were switching from anything. So I don't... This is not a mechanical complaint. We can go into the mechanics of it, but it wasn't a mechanical complaint.
I also found the destructible environments very annoying. So what happens is, on some level...
Okay, the destructible environments are annoying. Maybe. I believe there are some levels where you can't destruct it at all. I might be wrong. Can I not get that? That's lame. But I believe there are some environments where you can't destroy it at all. So maybe just stick to those ones? This is just part of the fighting game, and you actually do use it to your advantage. I might agree that there should be just like a wall-less area. A wall-less stage. There used to be that in a lot of them. And it doesn't seem to be that in this one. Yeah, didn't I swipe at that? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
If you're about to have a draw, so you've won 2 matches, your opponent has won 2 matches, the level will then destroy itself, and then you'll get taken down to a lower level. And it will play this very lengthy cutscene.
This happens... First of all, it's not a very lengthy cutscene. I think they max out at about 10 seconds, which isn't nothing. Between matches, or between rounds, that is a significant amount of time. I don't entirely disagree with you, but I don't think this happens at every level. I'd have to double check that, but I don't think so. I know he doesn't know that because he's talking about the demo, which probably showed off that because it's very flashy and fun looking. And also, that does change the mechanics of the game. Like, one of the ones that happens is you're on like a... I don't know what it is. The meteor one, I think. You're on like a meteor, and it heats up if you guys are like tied. So if you smash them into the ground, they'll actually get bumped up into the sky harder, which is cool. And it's just something. Well, I think it's cool. I understand why people might not like it, but I think it's cool. I understand. It just means you have to adapt how you actually fight in the middle of the fight. Oh, that sucks that I fucking dropped down instead of getting all the items. Is there a way for me to go back up? It doesn't look like there is. That's lame. But it mixes things up a good bit, which I appreciate. The fact that there is an additional element in each fight, or in each round, that's exciting to me. Especially because all the meter stuff completely resets between rounds. It's not like... I believe Street Fighter, the meter doesn't reset between rounds, and you gain it. This one, you start with max meter, and then you use it whenever. You start with max heat, and then you start with max health, and when you go down enough in health, then you will go into rage mode. So you always have max meter in your next round. So then, how do you make the rounds different? Well, you change the environment. I think that's a cool creative way to do it.
which I find very annoying to have to watch through every time.
It is a bit annoying that you have to watch it. I don't believe you can actually skip it most of the time. So, it is annoying that you have to watch it. I agree. It's not a huge complaint. First of all, just beat him 3-0 and it doesn't happen. See? Solving problems left and right. But I would agree maybe you should be able to skip it.
Yeah, one thing I have to say
That's also an incredibly easy fix. I could easily add a skip button. So, we'll see if they do.
is the cutscenes in the game are really long and slow and you can't skip them, so...
You can skip, like, the beginning of the fight ones. Sorry. Trying not to die to the Onyx Lord. I don't know what he's up to. We're gonna smoke some enemies here. Mimic 2. Actually, probably didn't need that. I've been doing lots of damage to him already, so... But when you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Oh, cool. Mimic tier killed it. God tier. God tier. So yeah, so you can skip the cutscenes at the beginning of the fight. I don't believe you can skip any of the stage transitions, which is a bit of an oversight, I think. If you just really want to do that, that is a bit whack. That's an easy fix, though. So I'm not... it's just not that big of a deal. They're like 5 to 10 seconds, I think. It's really just not like some huge problem. First off, comfort. Okay. There's a site of grace. Yeah.
So when you start a new match, you got the ready fight little thing.
We're 3:46 into this 9:55 video. 3 minutes 46 seconds and a 9-minute 55-second video. And so far, the CPUs aren't difficult enough, which I might agree, but it doesn't affect me as much. And there's cutscenes that you can't skip. And this is enough to make the game complete dog shit that you shouldn't play. Why can't you jump here? Why is jump on... What happened? Didn't jump used to be on... Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Okay. Well, maybe that's why I was failing earlier. Did I switch? Jump? I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. It's tightly blocked shut. Okay, fair enough. Then we can go somewhere else. Let's figure out where it is we gotta be going before we continue with this. Head east into Lindell. Yeah, so that's that. Southeast, this will bring you to an unnamed ruins or a noble transform into a lion guardian. Defeat and get the larval tier. So I think that's unnamed ruins. Found a minor air tree church. I don't remember if I found unnamed ruins. So east into Lindau, the capital city outskirts. Just not sure if I've actually gone to everything that they're talking about here. We'll just instead take the lower road southeast. This will bring you to unnamed ruins. And continue to follow the map until you come to an elevation with lightning and second part of the optional. If you fought her earlier at Mount Gelmer. It's glitchy in the spawn. Okay. So Black Knight beside and just side a Sainted Hero's grave. Okay, let me just wanna make sure we got this. Zoom out a little bit. Lux Ruins. I can't tell where any. Okay, so that's kind of no. Why am I not understanding where the fuck they're talking about? Okay. They're kind of down here. Black Knife Catacombs. Okay, so I did that, I believe. But I didn't get... Converted Fringe Tower. Teardrop Scarab with Asher War God Slam. Let's see if I got that. Where are ashes? I can see that in inventory, right? Okay. Asher War God Slam? Oh, those aren't that. Okay. God Slam. Golden Slam. Okay, that's it. Follow the road north, exiting the Airtree Valley once you reach elevation after the villagers attack near Windmill. Okay, so that's Golden Seed, and then Godskin Apostle. So that's all in this area, right? So we get the Windmill Village, Windmill Heights. Yep. Which will allow you to scour in Black Flame, which will unlock the Site of Grace after defeating Godskin. Reload the map. Millicent can be found near... Okay, reload the map. Let's do it then. Godskill Peeler. Millicent should be around here, they said. Should show up on the map? No. Unlock the Site of Grace. Millicent can be found nearby. Okay. Let's find out where she is. She should be like here. Okay. I don't see her, certainly. She hasn't shown up on the map yet. Why am I unable to find Millicent? Am I stupid? The answer is always yes, but am I more stupid? That's the question. Around here, is she? I don't see anything that looks anything like... This is Millicent, right? Yes. So I'm like fucking right where she should be. So I guess she's just not here. There's been a couple things. I've been following this guide. I didn't follow it a couple times because I just kind of got caught up in the conversation or whatever. But I've been following the guide, and then there's some times where I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, this didn't happen. I think there's just stuff in quests that I'm missing, which is okay. It sucks. It's okay. It's kind of the nature of trying to do two things at once, I suppose. Okay, so she didn't show up. But we did find... we need Godskin, Peeler, Twinblade, and Solomon Skull Warhammer. Let's make sure we got those. I don't know where Twinblade would be. We do have at least one Twinblade. Okay. Godskin Peeler, and the Warhammer would be... there's a brick hammer, so... I did not see a Celebrant Skull Warhammer, so I don't believe I've grabbed that. There's nothing indicating to me that I actually have that. So let me actually just see where that is. Corpse sitting at the end of somewhat hidden path along the cliff. This is why Windmill directly north of the Windmill Village, Site of Grace. Okay, Windmill Village, Site of Grace. That's this. Okay. So we're going like here or here. Somewhere along there. find our Warhammer.
Takes up a few seconds, and then before that happens, you get like a little cinematic intro of your character entering the fighting stage, which takes like 10-15 seconds.
None of these things take 10 to 15 seconds. I would be curious to time it myself. I don't want to boot up Tekken and try to get into this thing, but he's acting like it's whole minutes being taken off. But that's definitely not true. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Altus Plateau. On a corpse sitting at the end of a somewhat hidden path along the cliff. Accessible by passing the windmill directly north of the windmill side is Grace. So, there's a map link. Oh. That is not where you said it was. Oh my god, you stupid lying. This guide is both good and fucking terrible. It's kind of wild.
It's really annoying because you got to see that over and over again.
You don't have to see it that many times either. I've played many matches of Tekken. You can watch my footage of playing Tekken. It's not over and over and over again. It doesn't waste your time as much as he's claiming it does.
There's no way to skip it. And then when you nearly get it...
You can skip most of the cutscenes in the fights. You can skip the beginning intro, like every time. If he hasn't figured that one out, I don't know why. He's also playing the demo, so maybe you couldn't skip in the demo. But you can skip in the final game. The only one I can think of that you can't skip right now is the transitions. If the stage transitions, I don't believe you can skip it. Maybe you can skip like the end part of it when they first enter. Something like that.
Get a draw, the level will break down, the floor will collapse, and then you'll get taken to a lower level, a different part of the level. And that, again, is like a very lengthy cutscene, which is very annoying to have to sit through every time. And also the special attacks also have an annoyingly long cutscene that you have to sit there watching. There seems...
So he was talking about Mortal Kombat being more flashy and having the X-rays and fatalities. Those are just cutscenes. Those games literally go from 60 FPS to like 30 to show you this shit. And also, I don't think you can skip fatalities. If somebody does a fatality, you just have to sit there and watch it. So much so that the fighting game community actually thinks you shouldn't do that in tournaments. Because it just wastes everybody's time. So do you want it to be flashy or not? Because this isn't making any sense. Your statements are completely contradicting each other. Maybe I did get this weapon. Those are axes. Brick hammer. Family heads. I thought I was looking at all the Warhammers. Celebrant skull. I don't seem to have it, but I don't know how much I care. I'm going to stop caring very soon. Actually, I'm going to stop caring right now. Okay, let's figure out where we're going next. Celebrant skull and Elden Ring. Option head east and a window. Yep. Okay, so this is where they're saying return to the road. Option head east and Landale. Yep, so that would be east and Landale. Yep. So we're going to unnamed ruins where a noble will transform into Lion Guardian. Lower road southeast. This! Okay, I don't think I've done this. That's where we need to be going. So let's go down that lower road, shall we?
There's be a lot of features missing from this game as a fighting game. For example, there's no character customization.
There's no character customization? Bro, there is 1,000,000% character customization. Tekken is like famous for having the best character customization. There are people walking around with Brian with a fucking Hitler costume on, dog. There is very, very heavy character customization. If you watch my gameplay, you can see that I customize Victor. There are people just... What are you talking about? People made fucking Power Rangers. People made Samus Aran in this game. What in fuck are you talking about? It's just not true. What he's saying is just simply not true.
Menu. It doesn't seem like you can create your own character like in Street Fighter.
You can't create your own character. You can create your own avatar, but you can't fight with that character. That character is just something you walk around with in some of the modes. So you can't create your own character from scratch, where you can in Street Fighter. The ones in Street Fighter are amalgamations of existing characters, for what it's worth. So you can do pretty heavy customization to existing characters to at least get most of what you get in Street Fighter. It's not quite the same, but those ones also you can only fight in specific avatar battles online because they're bullshit. You can make like long-armed characters that shouldn't be long-armed and shit like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's sort of missing. There is customization. He's 100% wrong about that. But it's not the same as the avatar battles in Street Fighter. I would agree there, I guess.
There's no open world like there is in Street Fighter.
There is no open world. I would agree with that. There isn't that in Mortal Kombat, though. So, I mean, yeah, I guess there is no open world. You're right. There is an arcade mode that sort of functions as the same kind of thing, though? Or not arcade mode, it's the arcade quest mode. Where you travel to different arcades, and you play against other players who, like, customized their characters to fit their personality. So you play against them, and you can walk around the arcades. It's not as big as Street Fighter, but ultimately you're just walking to fights. So both of them have that.
The fatalities are not very fatal looking compared to Mortal Kombat.
They're not fatalities. They're quite literally not fatalities. None of them are supposed to kill anybody. There isn't a single move in Tekken that's supposed to be the end of the fight. The rage thing is you're just towards the end of your life, so you can activate rage. You can hit an opponent with it and then not kill them. They're not supposed to look fatal looking. First of all, it also says knockout. Just go play Mortal Kombat, dude. That's such a weird complaint. There isn't fatalities in the fucking video game, dude. Of course they don't look fatal. They're not fatalities. What the fuck are you talking about? What an absurd statement. The non-existent fatalities in this game don't look like fatalities. They're not fatalities. That's so stupid. What a fucking dumb point.
So, I just don't really know how I could recommend this game at this point, because it just seems like a very bare bones fighter game, which...
You're playing the demo and claiming it's bare bones, and then just making shit up and saying it doesn't work right. You completely lied about the character customization. There is character customization. You said the fatalities don't look fatal. There are no fatalities in the game. Fatalities are like a Mortal Kombat specific thing. There are other finishing moves in games, but I don't know of another game that has specifically fatalities. So, I don't think, in most Tekken fights, the actual lore is that you're not killing the opponent. Like, if you do, like, these specific fights, I'll give you a good example. Zhonghua and Panda, if they fight each other, they fucking say, "What are we gonna eat today?" And then they say, "Oh, well, let's have the winner of this fight decide." They're sparring. They're not supposed to kill each other. What the fuck are you talking about?
Which is, I guess that's what they're going for. They want to focus on the fighting mechanics.
Yes! First of all, you said earlier they need to focus on the fighting mechanics, and now you're saying, well, I guess they focus too much on the fighting mechanics. Which one, motherfucker? Which one do you want?
And maybe a lot of people won't really care about being able to customize their own character or not.
You can! You can customize your avatar, and you can customize each character a lot. A lot. Maybe your argument is that you can't make a brand new character. Okay. Even then, the Street Fighter ones are based on existing Street Fighter characters. Your basic moves are literally carbon copied in Street Fighter. They're just, like, you say, like, oh, I want my character to basically be based on Ken. They'll look completely different. They'll look like whatever you want it to look like. They'll look like monsters. But it's ultimately Ken's fighting moves. And then you give them different special moves from each character. So they're not wholly original or anything. Okay?
But I feel like that's part of the fun of a fighting game. You have your own character. You feel like it's your own unique creation. Most
fighting games don't do that. Mortal Kombat doesn't do this. That's the one you were bitching about, that you wanted fatalities, right? Your fatalities aren't good enough, but they're good in Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat doesn't do that. You don't create your own character in Mortal Kombat. The best you do is you customize their gear. I don't think you can even change their hair or anything like that. You can change their color and their gear. That stuff I know you can do. Street Fighter has this. That's cool. Most modes don't allow you to use it, though, because it's nonsense. And the game knows that. It's just a fun little side thing. I don't think any of the anime fighters let you create your own character. Xenoverse does. Go play Xenoverse, I guess. Xenoverse, actually, Dragon Ball Xenoverse is almost exactly what this guy is looking for. It doesn't have fatalities, so he's probably going to have a problem there. But it's literally you just walk around in an open world, challenge other custom Dragon Ball fighters or real fighters, like Goku and Vegeta and shit, to fights in an open world. You just do that. This just, yeah. This isn't a fighting game specific complaint. You want, like, some kind of RPG instead. Go play like an RPG.
So as of right now, just from what I've seen from the demo version, I don't...
That's a good point. You're playing the fucking demo. So you don't have to actually even know if any of this is true. Half of what you said, actually probably 2/3 of what you said is just bullshit. And then the other part is sort of true, you know? But you're just getting lucky. You have like a 50-50 shot of being right or wrong, and you're not even hitting that. You're just guessing.
I don't know if I would be buying this game. Maybe when the full game comes out, there'll be way more features and be way more interesting.
Maybe? It's a demo! Of course that would be true. Of course. What the hell are you talking? Maybe? You think they'd give away all features in the demo? Why would you think that? That's fucking crazy.
Maybe they'll let you skip the cutscenes, all these little intro animations, which are...
You can skip the intro animations. Maybe you couldn't in a demo. I didn't actually play the demo, so maybe you couldn't in a demo. But you can in a real game. Sure can.
Extremely frustrating to have to sit there watching. And then maybe...
Also not. I enjoy them, personally. I skip a lot of the intro ones because I've just seen them now. But I try to see all of them. Especially if I notice there's like a unique one, because combinations of characters will have unique intros. I try to watch them. But maybe I'm crazy. He just wants to watch fatalities, which can't be skipped. But at least they're fatal. So, you know, I guess that averages up to good for him.
Yeah, the game would be different, but until it does get released, I don't really know if this game's going to be good or not.
You don't know if the game's going to be good enough? It's called Do Not Buy Tekken 8. Very disappointing. You're already claiming it's not good, dude. You are claiming that. But now, in here, you say, I don't know if it's going to be good or not. What happened to all your fucking confidence, my dude? Is it because you realize it's a fucking demo? So your conclusions are bullshit? Demos are there to entice you. They don't give you everything. I'm sorry that this one didn't entice you, but it doesn't mean that the game itself is shit. And almost nobody fucking agrees with you. This game is like a 90 on Metacritic or something.
I had an okay time trying to master this character.
I thought you had a shitty time because it was too easy. Which one is it? Did you have a bad time or a good time? You're going back on a lot of your statements now, because you were saying this game is fucking shit, it's easy, they need to focus on the game mechanics, and then said they focused too much on the game mechanics. But now you're saying, well, I had a fun time mastering this character. I thought you said you could just mash, and you didn't have to master characters. So what is it you were doing? How could you master a character against a bad opponent? There's no way. You can learn their moves, but you don't know when the fuck they need to use them because you're not fighting against somebody who, like, mixes shit up for you and shit.
But after I was able to figure out how to beat the computer almost every single time on ultra hard mode, it got kind of boring.
Yes. So as you said, most people take fighting games and play against other people. They play against people on the couch. They play against people on the internet. Sorry about that. So they don't need the computer to be super hard. Okay? You said this. These are your words. People don't just stick to single player content. This is why you said the story is stupid. Because people don't stick to single player content. So should they focus on the single player content or not? Is the rest of this video just fucking matches? It is, isn't it? We're just gonna watch him fucking play. Oh my god. Is it, maybe he's demonstrating that he can win a lot? I mean, yeah, he's beating up Jin. So yeah, you're beating up Jin, dude. Good job. I don't is this a point? Or is it just this is just padding, isn't it? He's just padding his fucking video. Although I don't think he didn't make it to 10 minutes. You gotta make it to 10 minutes, dude. Isn't that when you get more ads? I don't know. I'm not fucking monetized on YouTube, so I have no idea if that's when you get more ads. I thought it was. Anyway, if he's just gonna sit there and fight, I'm just gonna talk about how dog shit all of his points were. He said the single player content is shit because it's too easy. But then everyone plays couch co-op and against their friends and shit. Or not couch co-op, but like couch multiplayer and against their friends and shit. But then said the story mode would be pointless. I don't know why anyone would want a story mode because it's impossible to have a good story in a fighting game, which is just complete bullshit. So they said maybe they need to focus on the single player, but I guess they focused on the mechanics. And they said you can't customize your character. Bullshit. You can't skip some of the cutscenes. You can't skip some of them. He mentioned several that you could. And then he said, oh, well, I don't actually know if it's going to be good. This video are bad. Okay, let me look. It's not even a hot take. It's just misinformation. I mislabeled the title of this. It's not a hot take. It's not like, hey, this is the thing that's in it, and it's not good. It's this is misinformation. I should have called this I Dismantle Tekken 8 Misinformation. I'm sorry. My title was lies. I thought it would be truths, but it's lies. Is it a hot take if you're just wrong? That's probably not a hot take, right? If you say like, hey, it's bad. Like, this super... Like, I say Zelda is bad. And you're like, well, that's a hot take. Like, I say Tears of the Kingdom is bad. Like, that's a hot take. I'm just like, yeah, well, I didn't really like it when Link fucking cut Zelda's head off. That's why it's bad to me. That kind of stops being a hot take, right? Because you're just making shit up. It's just bullshit. It's not really a hot take. It's just bullshit. So that's what this guy is. It doesn't feel like a hot take anymore. I guess the idea that Tekken 8 is bad is a hot take, but it's just built on fucking nothing. His only actual valid point was that there are some unskippable cutscenes. He didn't even get how long they go correctly, because they do not last fucking 15 seconds each or whatever the fuck. He was like talking about how the entrance just took 15 seconds or something. They're shorter than that. Many of them are skippable. I guess they might not have been in a demo, but this is why you don't make a game about why a video about why Tekken 8 is bad based on the demo. You make it based on the game. So the premise of this video is just like incredibly flawed right off the bat. I'm glad it... Look, he almost lost! See how close he was to losing? Yeah, he also just said, like, yeah, it's too easy. Oh yeah, by the way, I played Tekken and I was like a fucking god at it. I beat everyone I knew. What are we doing now? Oh. He's memeing that he's deleting it. Okay. What was that last thing?
Well. That was $80 down the goddamn drain. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Death, and welcome back to another.
Oh. That was the beginning of the next video. Okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, the other one was fucking terrible garbage. I'm sorry that we watched it. It wasn't hot take, it was just misinformation. Okay, so we're now going to go into Tekken 8 is Terrible by MyNameIsDeath. We just watched the beginning of it, but I didn't realize what the fuck was happening, so we're gonna watch it again. Actually, no, we don't. We saw it. He was just doing a meme. He was doing a meme uninstalling Tekken thing. Which I did notice because I was like, oh, it's not called a demo, but I do want to comment on this. Yeah, deleted from console storage. That's all great. Cool. You're doing that. What is this? Why are you trying to open a game that you can't play yet over and over again? Cut this out of your video, dude. If your meme is that you should play something better and you have an idea of a better game, open one that's already out so that you don't have this weird little opening over and over again thing. What a fucking strange thing to do here, dude. Oh my god. My edited videos, which are shit, by the way, go watch them though, don't have mistakes like this. My live videos do. This is weird. Alright, now we're at least caught up. I understand what's happening.
Well. That was $80 down the goddamn drain.
Is Tekken 8 $70 or $60 if you get the base version? I'm not sure. Let me actually, I'm gonna go look at that. I'm gonna kill this guy first. I'm gonna go on Steam and then on PlayStation. I believe it's 70. He might be right. Well, he said $80, but I believe he's talking about like the digital deluxe or something. Let's see, Tekken 8 PlayStation, because he clearly plays on PlayStation, so we're gonna look at that first. It's $70. So I'm guessing if we go look at one of the more deluxe editions. Okay, standard. I need to go to like digital deluxe or something, right? Yeah, Tekken 8 PS5 game. So it is $70. So that would make sense. We've got editions. The thing keeps moving. The deluxe edition is $100. The ultimate edition is $110. So I guess he's talking about tax. If you live in a place without sales tax, you do just fine. But okay, $80 down the goddamn drain. I completely disagree. Even if you just play the single player content, which, like I said, took me about 20 hours to get through all of it. If you thought the game was at least fun, $80 for 20 hours or $70 for 20 hours, if it's quality 20 hours, is worth it. So I wouldn't agree there. Also, if you like the mechanics of it enough, you get hundreds and hundreds of hours out of it because it's a multiplayer game. That's how multiplayer games work. So yeah, I guess he's not having such a good time with it, which that sucks, but okay, sure.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Death, and welcome back to another video. And today I am ranting on Tekken 8. So
okay, yeah, ranting on Tekken 8. Let's do it, dude. I'd love me a good rant. Oh, I'm ready, boy.
Look at this right here, bruh. This is the definition of subjective, which is what this review...
Based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. I'm gonna bet that he's gonna get something factually incorrect. I haven't actually watched all this, so maybe he doesn't. But I'm gonna bet he's gonna get something factually incorrect, which would make his subjective opinion objectively wrong if he does that. There are going to be subjective things, I'm sure, in here. But, like, if you say a mechanic is bad, we can objectively prove that true or false. Like, if you say the hitboxes are bad on Tekken, then we can actually just show, like, okay, does this kick land when it actually hits the character model? And if it's pretty fucking close, then we can say they're good. And if it's not close, we can say they're bad, objectively. We can prove some of this stuff objectively. So just because you're saying your opinion on it doesn't mean it's immediately subjective. So I'm going to keep an eyeball. I'm going to keep this eye. You see? This is the one closer to the monitor I'm looking at. I'm going to keep this eye on this to make sure we stay in the land of subjective. I guess we don't.
You is. So if you can't handle that, please click off the video now.
Okay, let me actually go back. I want to hear one thing that he said. I think he said that's what a review is. Is there subjective? Because that's not true. You can have objective reviews.
Definition of subjective, which is what this review is.
Okay, so he said this review. That's fine. If you want to do only like, this is just kind of how I felt about it. I didn't like it just because like I don't like this type of thing. Totally cool. Great. And I can handle it. But I'm going to hold you to it though. I'm going to hold it to you, my friend.
So if you can't handle that, please click off the video now. Today I will be going over why I don't like Tekken. If you love Tekken and Tekken 8 is your game of the year so far, click off this video.
Just Tekken 8 is my game of the year so far. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't watch your opinion on it, right? He already said click off this video. He doesn't want people who really like Tekken 8 to watch this video. Oh god, I'm dying. Oh god, oh god. I got stuck. Rip. I also had to, I was going to try to heal, but I didn't have the right fucking potion up. Okay. But anyway, I am that guy he told to click off the video. As long as you have as long as you don't say anything really fucking wrong, I'm totally cool watching your video, dude. I'll accept it. I might even like the video. But let's see if you stay in the realm of subjectivity. I'll still judge you on your subjective opinions, but let's see if you stay in that realm.
Video if you're sensitive that one man doesn't like the same game as you. Because everything I'm gonna say in this video is completely subjective. Some things might be objective, but the reason it's still subjective is because a lot of y'all might not mind this. Now,
okay. So he did say there's going to be objective points in here. But it will be subjective because his opinion is that it's bad. Like, he makes an objective point about the game and says, I personally don't like this. So it's still subjective. That's cool. But if you do that and your objective point is wrong, then that's a bad subjective point, right? So you're like, I don't like this, but the thing that you said is incorrect, then it becomes objectively bad. Your opinion would then become objectively bad. It doesn't matter if it's a subjective opinion. It could be objectively bad if it's based on false information. So I guess I won't hold him to the objective part anymore because he just said there's going to be objective things. But let's see if he just says something is bad. Because just because you have an opinion on something, like my opinion that I'm going to use Mahler. I'm going to use Mahler here because I thought he had a real good example. Mahler's opinion that the hitboxes in Dark Souls 2 are bad is not a subjective opinion. He has based this on factual information and came to the conclusion that it is bad. Fringy, I like EFAP a lot, but Fringy's opinion that Avengers Endgame is terrible is not a subjective opinion because he points out all of the plot holes of Avengers Endgame in it. He might still subjectively like Endgame. I'm actually of the opinion that Avengers Endgame is terrible, but I still fucking love it because I thought the payoffs were just so awesome and it's just entertaining to look at. And a lot of the character stuff is still good. There is bad character stuff in there, like what they did to Thor. They ruined my boy Thor. So you can have an objective opinion and a subjective opinion on one thing. I have a feeling we're going to be blurring lines in this. But let's find out.
Now, the reason the video is called Tekken 8 is trash or Tekken 8 is terrible, I don't know 100% what I'm calling it yet. The reason the video is titled Tekken 8 is trash or
that, he should have edited that out, and when he came up with the title, fixed it. So, I know he's ranting, but that just seemed like an odd one to keep in there.
whatever is because that is a tradition on my channel.
That's a tradition on your channel? Well, you can change it. Right? If it's a bad title for your video, then change it. This is an incredibly bad excuse for making a bad title. I don't know if he honestly thinks it's terrible. It's not a bad title. It's a fine title as long as you actually think it's terrible. But I don't know why we're going into bad reasons as to why his title might be bad. Oh, okay. What is that? Is that a scarab? What the fuck is that? Okay, Lansax is here. Alright, let's get the Mimic Tear out there. Let's get healed up. I think this is the one. Yeah, this isn't a traditional dragon, so. Oh! Boy, we didn't feel so good there. Where's the Mimic? Did the Mimic die? Did I not even get it out? I don't know what happened to the Mimic. That's upsetting. I don't know why I didn't crank out a move there. Tried to. Try as I might, it didn't work. Okay, this is not a hard fight so far. I was about to say, he does a lot of damage though, so I could die easily.
So-and-so game is trash. That's number one. I've been titling my videos that since 2019.
It doesn't matter if they're bad titles. Having a bad tradition isn't a good reason to continue it.
So I'm gonna keep doing that, bro.
It's not I8 if it's like misleading or clickbait or something. But okay, go for it. You can keep doing that. As long as it's good content, my dude. Keep it up.
That's not stopping. Number two.
Okay, before we get into number 2, let's fight this fucking dragon. Is it down there? I don't know exactly where it showed up. It's kind of around here. Oh, okay. Souls are down there, so let's go fight it down there. Yeah, there's one thing I really don't like in videos. People just fucking put all kind of warnings and qualifications on everything you say. Just fucking have an opinion, man. Just having a fucking opinion. It's okay. Even if it's a fucking bad one. I have bad opinions, probably. You know, it's okay. Just have your fucking opinion. You know? Alright, let's get you fought. Dead. Uh-oh. You fighting me, bruv? You want some? Didn't do so good, did you? Alright. Can I summon... I don't know what happened to the Mimic last time. Where me souls be at? Oh, there. Got me a golden sunflower. Oh, that's one of them. There you are. What up, buddy? Okay, I need to heal real bad. There we go. Oof. That didn't feel good. I don't know where he's going. It's tough to tell what's going on with this thing. Okay. I'm like stuck down here. Let's go around. There we go. God damn it. That's cool. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you're stomping around and stuff. I got it, buddy. Okay, alright. Yeah, we're stomping around. I got it, buddy. I see you. Let me hide on the other side of this. We're gonna try. There we go. Target him from here. That can't hit me. I have no idea if it can. having a hard time seeing this thing. Should be able to get him. Only need to hit him once more. I'm gonna be safe. Got him. Is there anything specific we need to do? Or Ancient Dragon Light, yep. Once from there is another boss encounter, a Black Knight beside him just outside the hidden. Okay, that was that, right. So let's go down here and we'll just kind of work our way up that way.
Ooh, another reason the video is called Tekken 8 is trash or terrible or whatever is because I think it's trash.
Then that's fine. That first point was completely irrelevant. Who the fuck cares? I don't care about your fucking thing. If you think it's trash, Tekken 8 is trash, or Tekken 8 is terrible, it's a totally fine title. Okay? Just make sure the content of the video is good. I don't know why we're going all these little fucking, like, just caveats and explanations and shit. People are so afraid to just have opinions. Just have your fucking opinion. It's okay. Put your fucking bad opinion out there. And just fucking do it and fucking own it. Own your fucking bad opinion. It's okay. If you want to talk on the internet, just own your fucking bad opinion. It's fine. Be a fucking man. Man up.
If I think that game is trash, then I'm allowed to call it trash on my channel, right?
Yeah. I don't know that anybody has a problem with you saying that. They might just have a problem with your opinion. You're like, no one's afraid of this title or something. No one's like, what the fuck? Why did he title it this way? They're probably like, what the fuck? Your opinion is fucking dog shit. So, yeah, like, this is just so weird. If you think it's trash, call it trash. That's cool. Just fucking back it up. You don't even have to back it up ultimately. If you're going to make a video about it, you do. But if you just want to put out the opinion that it's trash and don't want to substantiate it, it's not useful, but like, sure, fucking do that, I guess. Who the fuck cares?
Right? It's equivalent to if you think God of War is a masterpiece, you'll title the video that's on your channel, God of War is a masterpiece.
Right. Cool. Fringy named his fucking Endgame video, I'm pretty sure it's called Avengers Endgame is Terrible. But he spent fucking 4 hours or whatever backing that up. So yeah, nobody's afraid of the title, dude. We spent, what fucking damn it? 2 minutes and 11 seconds. There's a fucking 12-minute video just saying, I called it bad because I think it's bad. That makes sense. I also have a fucking tradition. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Just to get to the fucking point. These fucking caveats and shit are just so pointless. You make good content, people aren't going to bitch that much. People are probably bitching because you have a bad opinion.
Right? Because you think it's a masterpiece. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm recording this for the review, and I just got kicked out of Tekken. I was in the middle of a match, and they just kicked me out.
Reporting this error to Sony Internet. Okay. So yeah, so the game crashed. That sucks. If it's a consistent problem, that would make it terrible. One instance of it, I don't know that would be considered terrible. It's something you note and be like, it's a concern. Internet problems can definitely be terrible. I know Tekken struggled with matches on like day one. There was some issues with people getting disconnected and shit. So I don't know if that's what happened to him. It doesn't sound like it because he's still on the game. Or he got kicked out of the game, rather. So, yeah, this sucks. It's good to mention it. Especially if this is like part of other glitches in the game, which I haven't experienced very many. I can't really even think of any. There might be some like hitboxes I thought were kind of whack. I don't remember like clipping or bugs or anything. I know there has been some bugs. The patch fixed some. But, okay. It crashed once. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Yes, definitely a great game in my opinion.
One crash does not a bad game make. It's weird. I would be fine with this statement without the, oh, yes, definitely a great game in my opinion. Because, like, putting that conclusion in there is weird when you haven't substantiated the rest of it. Start the video with your thesis, and then back it up, and then end it. But just one crash is just not enough to say that conclusion. So that's a weird thing. It's fine. Let's see if we build on it.
So with that being said, let's get into the review.
Yeah, so he was still in... He included that as part of his intro. This is weird. Cool. I went far. Alright, come on. That's not gonna go far. We got him. We're bros. Bros.
Social media links are in the description. This game, it is really, really boring to me. Let's start.
Tekken 8 is boring. That's a hot take. Tekken 8 is very action-packed. At least in the fighting games. Well, in the fighting games. In the actual fighting itself, it's action-packed. So, it's tough. Boring is somewhat subjective. I would say it's objective in that, like, it's tough to say something is boring if, like, lots of things are happening. But if you don't like any of those things, it would still be kind of boring to you. It won't keep your attention, right? So there can be, like, an objective element to claiming something is boring. Like, if you say, oh, I want to see, like, a bunch of, like, well-timed punches and just, like, combos and shit like that, I like that, and then you say Tekken is boring, I'm just like, well, it's fucking chock full of that, dude. So there would be, there is objective measures to boringness to an extent. But whether or not you actually care about those individual things would be subjective, right? So... let's see what we got. Why is it boring?
Start off by saying that $80 down the goddamn drain, and I'm so glad I won't be playing this game anymore. This is one of the worst fighting games I have ever played.
That's a fucking hot take. So it's the worst fighting game he's ever played. That's okay. Yeah, that's the fucking hot. He didn't substantiate the boring. Just saying it's boring. While I guess that's fine, it's not interesting. I would like to know why you think it's boring to see if it actually makes any sense. But just saying it's boring is not very useful to me. And also saying it's just the worst fighting game ever made also isn't useful. But we've got 10 minutes left in the video to do.
Not the worst, one of the worst. And this game was painfully boring to me. Now, graphics, gorgeous.
Okay, it's painfully boring to you. Cool. Let's start backing it up. We're immediately going into graphics, and he said they were good. So that's not making it boring. So that's good. So let's see why it's boring.
Gorgeous as hell. I gotta give you a thumbs up on the graphics, Tekken. Like, some of the greatest graphics I've ever seen.
That's interesting, because the last dude thought it looked like dog shit. And I thought that was a bad opinion. So, I don't think he said the graphics specifically were dog shit. He just said it looked like the style was bad. So maybe it's not the same thing. But this guy thinks it looks really good. So that's cool.
The characters, they look spectacular. The venues, they look great. Bro, like, look at this venue.
Okay. Shadow, Base, and Light, and Nose Weakness. Shadow, Base, and Light, and Nose Weakness. Okay, so it's I'm gonna have to do, like, light-based weird shit, I'm guessing. But anyway, this guy's saying it... He starts off saying it's boring, and then immediately goes into a point of why the game is good. So... interesting structure. I know this is a rant, but, like, try to at least follow some kind of path in what you're saying here. Don't just bounce between a bunch of shit.
This venue alone is badass. This venue was jaw-dropping.
Jaw-dropping is not boring, so Are we just abandoning the boring thing, or are we going to get back to that? I agree with him. This venue looks really fucking cool. I like playing on this one and the ones where you fight, where in the story, it's mild spoilers. Jin and Kazuya fight, so there's a couple of stages they fight on, and those ones are really cool too. So those are the ones I like to stay. I don't actually pay too much attention to like, oh, can you bust through the walls or can you bust through the floor and stuff. I don't think you actually can in either of these. Maybe you can, but yeah, I mean there are some really good looking ones. I also like to do the arena at night because it's like a bunch of LEDs, red LEDs. I think he actually showed it, or underground arena. I mean,
my opinion, I love this venue. So yeah, man, the graphics, bruh, character designs, everything looks great.
Yeah, character design looks great. Already disagreeing with the last guy. And I agree. This is not a hot take. This is good take. Let's get these guys dead. We'll continue with the good takes. I'm still just not understanding why he says it's boring and then just went into, well, here's the good shit. It's a really, just in a very, very strange way of talking. Or not way of talking. Way of going through your points here. Okay, so those things, they're shadows. I'm guessing I have to bring them in the light to kill them. Yes! That's exactly what's happening. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so I can drop down there. No, I can't. That's not a ladder. Well, I can't drop. But I'm not going to, because I'm guessing I can go around the other way. Let's try it.
Everything is, you know, everything is just spectacular, man. Now, graphics are a visual thing, so I can only leave it there. All I can say is the graphics are nice.
Well, graphics are a visual thing, but they give you feedback. They can affect the quality of the game significantly. Like, yeah, like you could say like, oh, it looks pretty to me or whatever. Like, okay, that's somewhat subjective. I get that. There's technical, objective things you can talk about with graphics, like, oh shit! Oh, I didn't level up. Why the fuck didn't I level up? I'm an idiot. Okay, Mr. Hands is fucking me up. Yeah, there's objective things you can talk about with graphics, like the resolution or like the wide color gamuts or something like that. There's objective measures you can talk about. And whether or not there's ghosting, all kind of fun shit with graphics. All kind of objective measurements. Go watch Digital Foundry if you want to know about all of them. But the graphics can be... Graphics do affect gameplay in that they communicate things to you. They need to be clear and crisp in order to make sure you understand everything. And they need to match up with the actual things that are happening. Like hitboxes. The graphics of your character need to match up to the hitbox or hurtbox or whatever box with your characters. Right? So that makes sense.
And in my opinion, they're some of the greatest graphics I've ever seen. Leave it at that. So let's get to the gameplay. So the gameplay, man.
And this is my second time.
Okay, so yeah, he's peppering in the crashes throughout. I didn't know this game crashed a bunch. I haven't had any crashes with it. I'm playing on Steam, though. How do I lure this guy into the light? I just gotta get close enough to him, I guess? Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I haven't had any crashes with it. That sucks that he's having it. That's a problem.
Getting kicked out of the Tekken 8 application. This is my second time getting kicked out of the Tekken 8 application, my guy. They're kicking me out of matches, kicking me out of applications. Yes.
They're kicking you out of matches and applications? Okay, sure.
Yes, I love this game. I love this game, bro. Love fighting games that kick me out of matches. Not only kick me out of matches, but kick me out of applications too. The entire game. Love that.
I don't know what...
I mean, that's a good reason to not like it. I would agree with you there. I really just haven't... I guess I should look into that. I was not aware that PS5 or PS4 or whatever fuck... Well, it's only on PS5, I think. PS5 had that issue. I was not aware. I'm learning in real time.
Where to start, man? Let's start with how many times the game has kicked me out of matches.
Okay. That's not gameplay. That is a technical thing, but he said we were going to talk about the gameplay. So this is not gameplay. This is technical issues. Which is a valid point. But you said you were going to talk about gameplay. It also doesn't affect how boring it is. So We are just zigzagging and hipping and hopping all over the fucking place, aren't we?
And I have evidence. Don't take my word for it. Look at this.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, so is it going to be a third one, or is it going to be one of the same two? I did hear that, yeah, the online on the first night was pretty rough. But they mostly fixed it. I haven't been kicked out of any matches, except for the people who lose and then they disconnect. I think I've had, like, a couple of those. Actually, I don't even remember. I might have had none, but I've seen footage of people doing that on Reddit and shit. But that's a different thing. That also could be your opponents have shitty internet. But I did hear that there were some rough spots on night one. Seemed to have been fixed. So, yeah. I mean, your first impression is very important. So this is not an invalid point. If you say, like, hey, I played it on night one, excuse me, and I wasn't able to play it all, like, that sucks. And I don't blame you for not wanting to go back. You don't have to give everything a second chance. So that's fine. It just has nothing to do with the other shit that he was talking about. But it is a valid point.
Get ready for the next battle.
Padden should. I mean, he's got the examples. What he actually should do is just show like this and then to disconnect like a bunch of times. Doing this minute of this shit is like... It's fine, but it's padding the fuck out of his video. So his only actual point so far... Well, he said it's boring, which he said is subjective. Cool. Don't disagree with you there. But his only actual point on the why it's bad has been disconnects and crashes. Well, I guess those are two kind of separate points. Separate but similar points. Okay, cool. 5 minutes in. That's the only point you've brought up. Did I die? Sure did. This is why I should have leveled up. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm done. This is the third time Tekken 8 has closed out on me. This is the third time.
Yeah, that... I just haven't heard about this. Maybe it's happening all the fucking time, but I just haven't heard about this. It's very possible. So, like I said, I'm playing on Steam. Things are working great. I also got a fucking powerful rig. So, that sucks. Good point. It doesn't explain why it's boring, but it's a good point.
They kicked me out of the application. I'm done.
I've been kicked out of the application multiple and multiple.
Not multiple and multiple. Multiple covers it. Multiple is already just anything more than one. They're already done.
And multiple times, which is really, really frustrating. Like,
That's true. That is very, very frustrating. I'm sorry.
I can't remember the last time I played a fighting game where they just kept kicking me out of matches, connection just disconnected out of nowhere.
I know there's been a lot of connection issues in fighting games, normally at launch. I believe Street Fighter even had some issues. I don't know about too many that are kicking you out of the whole application that much, though. So, yeah, I mean, that does legitimately suck. So,
I hate that shit. I really do.
You should.
And
You should
the
hate
game
that.
is already boring the hell out of me. So I love how you're adding icing to that cake by just kicking.
you can't... Please stop saying it's just boring you. That is a point against it, I guess. But that's not interesting. Tell me why it's boring you.
Kicking me out of matches and kicking me out of the application altogether. That shit is really, really frustrating, and that shit is really, really annoying. Tekken 8,
Yep.
why are you kicking me out of application?
I guess it's just bad programming. I don't know. It's got some kind of bug. I might. Excuse me. I might look into this. Let's actually just look it up real quick, because I know nobody's gonna come get me here. So we're gonna do Tekken 8 crashes. There we go. It looks like there are people talking about it on Reddit. So it looks like it's a thing. At least to some degree. This shit is borderline unplayable. 1 to 2 good matches. A little fatal error. No fixed island as of yet. Most people assume it's a day one connection issue thing. So this seems to be even the ones that are kicking him out of the game entirely. It seems like people are talking about it's actually still a connection thing. This is just briefly looking. I really don't know. Low level fatal error. I don't know if that's what he was getting, but yeah, it looks like there were some people talking about it. And it's, from what I've gathered, again, not deep research, seems to at least be somewhat resolved. So yeah, it sucks that you had this issue. I would encourage you to play it again, but if you find it boring, then I understand why you wouldn't.
Next, I don't give a shit about any of the extra stuff that Tekken has. Now, when I play a fighting game, I love when they add extra shit to...
Oh my god. So I didn't let him finish, but he said, I don't give a shit about any of the extra stuff. And now he's saying like, oh, I love when they add the extra shit. So let's see. He immediately countered himself, but I did stop him a little early. Let's see if he didn't actually counter himself after I beat these goddamn fucking games. There's just so many of them. Fuck. Go away. Alright. Drink. Yep. Alright. We're making it through it.
To the game, you know what I'm saying? Like when a fighting game is more than online fight next, I really appreciate that.
Okay. So he does or does not care about it? Because he said he doesn't give a shit about all the extra shit, but then he loves the extra shit. I'm guessing he just doesn't love the specific extra shit that Tekken 8 has? I would love to hear examples of good extra shit, though. Because Tekken 8 has, like, good extra shit, at least in my opinion. Like, Tekken Ball is a little bit whack. The story's cool. The arcade story modes are cool. The training modes are very good. The arcade story... Well, okay, so there's arcade story where, like, you're the arcade character, and then individual, like, character stories. Those are all cool. I don't know... I'd be interested what a good extra shit was, then.
So I appreciate when fighting games just add stuff new to the game, but
Sure.
the stuff that Tekken added, I don't really care for it.
Okay.
I don't care about Tekken Ball, and I don't care about Arcade Quiz.
Okay. So he doesn't care about them. This is fine if you don't care about that. I don't really care about Tekken Ball either. It's fun for memes sometimes. So that's fine. Can you give me some good examples of extra shit, though? This opinion is almost meaningless. Just saying you don't like a thing is pretty much meaningless without, say... Especially when you say you do like extra shit. What's the good extra shit? Because then I would start being like, okay, why would that be good, but this other one wouldn't? You can still have your subjective opinion on it, but it might be nonsense. Right? If you just say, I don't like that it's got a story, I loved the story in Street Fighter or something, and I'd be like, why? Why would one be better than the other?
And the thing about it is, Arcade Quiz, yes, you have a story mode that's going through Arcade Quiz, and you have a story mode in you have Tekken 8 story mode. But
okay, cool. You've got these story modes. Let's see what's wrong with them.
the gameplay to me is really lackluster.
So it's not a problem with the extra stuff. It's a problem with the gameplay. You don't like the gameplay of Tekken, so the extra stuff doesn't matter. Okay, I understand that. But that doesn't mean the extra stuff in itself is bad. You have a problem with the core fighting. So can we go into that?
To me, it's really lackluster, my guy. The gameplay to me, I always hated Tekken combos. I do. I hate Tekken combos, and I just hate the way the fighting style is. Like,
okay, that's fine. Give me like something about it that you don't like. Can you be a little bit more specific? You don't like the combos. Why not? Totally fine to just say, I don't like... Like, I don't really like the anime-style games, or like Marvel vs. Capcom, where the combos are, like, super huge and flashy and shit like that. I don't mind flashy at all, but, like, there's so much happening on screen in, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I like combos, but I normally like hard-hitting, like, taking turns type shit. So... that's why I don't like it. It's just like, I just don't like the... Everything is all over on the screen, I can barely tell what's going on, and it just seems to never end, and it's just a bunch of air juggles. I don't really like that. I like the turns, the poking, taking turns kind of combat more. So, I explained the 2 different combo systems and one I didn't like. I could probably go deeper into why I didn't like them, but he just said he doesn't like the combos. Can you give me a little bit more?
Like, my B-roll alone. Look at my B-roll. I find it bland and boring. Just watch my B-roll, bro. And this is why I hate Tekken.
Telling me you hate it and saying the reason is just watch my B-roll. That doesn't explain anything to me. I have learned nothing about your opinions. Just watching B-roll, I'm just watching Tekken. I've played Tekken, I know what it looks like. First of all, I looked at some of your B-roll, I haven't watched a lot of it. You're not doing extreme amounts of combos yet. Maybe I missed it, but I'm not seeing the huge combos. The thing that you said you hate. So, okay.
To me, it's just a really, really stale game.
Okay, what's stale about it? I could tell you something that I think is kind of... Well, I wouldn't say stale, but like the big flashy kind of anime, Dragon Ball FighterZ and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 combos. It seems like... I can tell you what's kind of uninteresting about it. I know there are ways to break it, but most of the time it's just so busy that I can't tell what's going on. So I don't like that. They can seemingly go on for like ever. I don't know if you can actually go on forever, but in a lot of these I know you just kind of sit there. There are opportunities for you to just open up and like at least obliterate like a whole character in one combo. And there's very little that the other person can do about it. So that's not very exciting. It's not very swingy, you know? It's not like, okay, we got in some good hits, and then it's really hard hit, and then, I don't know. It's like, if everything is super big and flashy, then the big and flashy stuff loses its importance. In Tekken, there's a whole bunch of, like, jabs. You'll get in there, you'll jab, you'll sit there and trade, you'll take turns. That's what it's kind of called in it. Because, like, you'll do some stuff, and you'll be negative, so you can't keep hitting them, but you can block at least. So, you take the turns, but then somebody will, like, okay, I pecked, and I found the opening, and I opened them up for a combo that didn't last for 30 fucking minutes, okay? So, I just find that a little bit more clean, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more turn-takey. That I don't know. And I also just understand it better. So, maybe I'd understand the Marvel vs. Capcom ones more if I dived into it, but these are the reasons why I like it a little bit more. It feels like each individual hit has so much more potential, because you could hit somebody in Tekken and take like a third of their health. Paul's fucking punch takes like an immense amount of their health. Grabs take a huge amount of their health. So like each individual one thing has more consequences, even if you can't hold a combo. Whereas the hits in like a Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball FighterZ feel more anemic. So is it all data-based and objective? No, but it's like, I'm giving you reasons. So just do some shit like that. Don't just say the combos suck in Tekken. And don't just say, oh, the reason is watch my B-roll. This is boring. Like, that doesn't tell me anything.
It really, really is. Tekken has always been stale to me. I don't like the combos. I don't like the fighting style of Tekken. Use my B-roll as evidence.
No, that's not evidence. Just saying, watch the game, that's why I don't like it, isn't evidence. I'll watch the game and be like, well, I like that. Right? This doesn't make any sense. You're just saying, I have an opinion, and I just have that opinion. You're not going any deeper than that. Go a little deeper. You don't have to do a deep dive analysis. Just go a little deeper into why you don't like it. Tekken 8 is terrible is a useless statement when it's just, well, I just don't like it because I don't like it. Watch my fucking B-roll. It's fucking useless. Also, for what it's worth, bad Tekken, like, bad players playing at Tekken, I'm not even saying this dude is necessarily bad, I'm not fully paying attention, is generally less exciting than, like, higher level Tekken play. Because they can't string the combos as good. You know? They don't play as good defense. So they'll just get hit by dumb shit over and over again. So you don't see, like, they don't play good footsies with each other. They don't move as well. And there's a lot of reasons why bad Tekken players would be less exciting. So maybe you could say it's not, like, beginner friendly. The fun stuff doesn't happen until you're, like, really far into the game. That might be an interesting point. Say something like that. Don't just say, my B-roll proves it, because it doesn't prove anything. I like Tekken, so watching your B-roll doesn't make me hate it. Also, turning it grayscale doesn't prove your point. That you're taking away the color and just saying, yeah, I guess this is boring. Like, this isn't interesting. There's nothing for me to grab on here. Give me something to grab onto. Just give me something.
The matches I played so far, they put me to sleep. They really have.
Okay, so yeah, they put you to sleep. That's just saying, yeah, I just don't like it. Cool, you don't like it. Got it, buddy. I know. Okay, so we're actually back at, that's what this is. We're back at the ground crush thing. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And yes, this is 100% subjective, Mike.
It's not 100% subjective. It is subjective. Just the I don't like it is subjective. But saying it's boring can be based on objective fact. This is not making any sense.
Guy, I really, really hate the combos in Tekken.
What's the point of a fucking video that just says, I hate this? And doesn't give me any reason, and just said, well, it's subjective. Why the fuck are you talking? What am I supposed to do with that? How does that help me? Tekken 8 is terrible is also not necessarily a subjective opinion. It can be filled, that subject can be filled with objective and subjective opinions. But saying it's terrible could mean, like, there are objective reasons why this game sucks. The lag is incredibly bad. It's got really bad input delay, really bad hitboxes. So you find it boring. You've taken 8 minutes to say it crashes sometimes, which that sucks. Good point. That sucks. But then, you just said, I find it boring. Look at my gameplay. I find it boring. Just look at it. I find it boring. Like, dude, give me something. Oh, I'm all out of fucking magic. That actually legitimately sucks. And I'm gonna get really hurt by this thing because of it. And I can't... I'm literally pinned! Do you see that? Fuck me! I was literally stuck! That was so shit! Okay.
I really, really do. Personally, for me, I love my flashy combos. I do. That's why I love games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Why? Give me a reason why. Just saying I have this opinion. I told you. The flashy stuff is a little bit too busy to me. I want each individual hit to matter. Even if I hit you but I can't open up into a combo, I like it when that matters. It feels chunkier. You know? It feels like everything matters. Every hit matters when it's stuff like that. That's why I don't like it. Okay? Why don't you like it? Why do you need the flashier stuff?
I do love...
First of all, there are flashy combos in Tekken. They're hard to pull off, though. So, that you can easily, like, Dragon Ball Fighter Z has, like, auto combos. You can at least do the flashy rage arts and the flashy heat smashes. So there's some flashiness. There's definitely not no flashiness in the game. It's just but it isn't as busy or as much as fighting mates. But I would like to hear why you actually like that better.
My flashy combos. I love epic, out of this world combos. I love that. That's why I can't stop playing fighting games like Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's why Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of my favorite games of all time. Tekken, to me, the combos are just really lackluster.
He should change this to, I don't like Tekken. Not Tekken is terrible. Right? I do. I'm starting to take issue with the title. Because Tekken is terrible could be an objective or subjective. So it's more unclear than I don't like it. Right? Like a game reviewer just saying, oh, Tekken is like a 2 out of 10 because it doesn't have flashy combos is not fucking useful. Alright, bring y'all into the light. Come on, let's go.
Really lackluster, man, out of the matches I've played so far. And to anyone that wants to say, well, I bet you've been getting your ass whooped online, I get my ass whooped on Mortal Kombat 1 and Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Mortal Kombat 1 does not have the flashy combos you were saying you really like. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Are you saying you like Mortal Kombat but don't like Tekken? I think the amount of stuff happening in like Tekken versus Mortal Kombat. I'm actually just gonna run through all of these and just see what happens because I want my fucking my runes back. Alright, we can go. Yep, we're just running through. Don't give a fuck. Fuck all these people. Fuck this nonsense. I have too many souls because I accidentally didn't fucking do the right thing. Oh shit! Didn't even notice I was there. I didn't level up because I'm stupid. Okay. Oh my god, that thing can still hit me? That sucks. That's okay. Alright. We should have a respite here once we get to the top of this. Anyway, Mortal Kombat does not have the flashiness of Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, I don't... I now am even more like... He gave a reason why he doesn't like it, and now I don't understand that reason anymore. Because it sounds like you actually mean something else. And I don't know what it is you mean anymore. I fucking hate this character so much. It's so shit. That enemy is so fucking annoying.
Bruh, Dragon Ball FighterZ, do you know how hard I struggle to get a win in fighters? I am god awful at fighters.
That's cool, man. I'm not going to claim that. I just want you to talk a little bit more about your opinion, not just say, it sucks because it's not flashy. Mortal Kombat is flashy. Mortal Kombat is... It doesn't feel more flashy. It's got X-rays and, like, fatalities. Those are the main flashy bits. This one has rage arts and heat smashes. Those are the main flashy bits. I don't... It feels like, honestly, this is more flashy. Because, like, all this shit... Like, if you look at, like, Jin playing... Like, he's got red fucking shit coming out all over the place. He's like, a little bit more flashy than, like, Scorpion seems to me.
God awful. And I still love that game to death. So, yes, I get my ass whooped at Tekken, but that's not why I hate it.
Okay. Cool. I still don't understand why you hate it, but okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I get my ass whooped in fighters, but I love fighters. For anyone that wants to use the skill issue argument, because that's the go-to. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. Okay, so he said it's boring because he doesn't like the combos. Okay. And he said he likes flashy combos, like in Dragon Ball FighterZ. And then, didn't actually mention flashy combos in Mortal Kombat, but he said he still gets his ass whooped in Mortal Kombat, which leads me to believe that Mortal Kombat will be a good example of something he likes, but it doesn't have the flashy combos of Dragon Ball FighterZ. So not only did he not give me a reason for not liking it, like liking flashy versus not flashy combos, he didn't even make sense. Like, one of his examples doesn't make sense.
This is my 4th time getting kicked out of a Tekken match, out of the application. And
That really sucks. I agree with him here. That is shit. This wasn't my experience. I'm sorry this happened to you, dude. That is really shit. I agree with you.
entirely just documenting that. This was happening while I was recording B-roll, so yeah, this would definitely be my last time playing it.
In adding on to the gameplay, I really, really hate the rage art.
Okay. He hates the rage art. I think we're gonna get something substantial here, which is exciting. Yes, I fucking killed the thing, and I have my runes. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, we can do this.
I fucking hate it.
Sure.
I hate how you can pop rage art out of nowhere to get back in the match. Rage art is such a get out of jail free card.
Okay, so again, he did talk about Mortal Kombat. I'm still not 100% sure he liked it, but the way he talked about it, it seemed like it was something he liked because he said he gets his ass kicked in it all the time. So it seemed like a counter to you're bad, therefore you hate it, because he talked about, well, I'm bad at Mortal Kombat. So that's a counter to that, right? So I'm going to deduce that he likes it. Mortal Kombat has X-rays in it, which drag you right the fuck back into it. Right? So I'm not following you there. Okay, how do I get this guy into the light? Is this enough? Doesn't look like it. I don't know how... Do I gotta drag you all the way out here? How do I get you into the light, my dude? Maybe this is something I can't do yet? That's possible. The old key. Okay, strong fold ahead. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? This thing respawns? I already killed it! Okay. I'm really just not sure what I'm supposed to be doing to fight it. Because he's a shadow person. So what a... And I didn't see anything with a key or anything. I got fucking stuck on that goddamn light post or whatever. Okay, I can go back down here and fight these things. Do you come with me if I do this? Oh, he does. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a struggle because I didn't kill all the enemies on the way to him. So this is going to be a struggle. So what I might do is I might actually just run back. I have my souls. I don't want to risk them anymore because I stupidly didn't level up. So, oh shit, I can't run back to it. I gotta fucking climb up that. God damn it, I'm fucking this all up. Okay. So what we can do, we can drag him here. Right? Alright, you guys. We gotta be pretty good at this. Oh, I thought I got him too. Are you serious, dude? Just die. Fuck. Alright. Those are pretty much taken care of. Can I drag you in here? You don't go this far. I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to take him then. Oh, there he goes. Okay, we got him. A heavy door is opened. Okay, so yeah, I gotta do... Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm trying to get rid of that. The heavy door was through... I don't remember exactly where it was. I think it was like right in front of me when I ran that way. So let's go try to do it. What the fuck was this guy talking about? Oh, he doesn't like the rage arts. He doesn't like comeback mechanics in games. Maybe. There's effectively two in this game. There's effectively two supers in this game. There's one that's strictly a comeback mechanic, which is rage art. And then there's the heat smashes, which can absolutely bring you back because they do, I don't know, 2/3, like 3/4, something like that, of the damage that that a Rage Art does. Right? So they're pretty strong. So they can actually absolutely function as a comeback mechanic, even though they aren't strictly one. So if he just doesn't like comeback mechanics in games, maybe. But supers, landing a super can absolutely bring you back, right? So what, I would be curious what the difference between like a super and like Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Mortal Kombat, your X-ray mechanic, what's the difference between that and like a Rage Art? Is it just that you only get a Rage Art when you're losing? Or when you're at least almost dead? Because it doesn't have to be losing, you guys can be dead even when you both have Rage Arts.
It really is. It's equivalent to Mortal Kombat 1's Fatal Blow.
Oh, so he doesn't like Fatal Blows in Mortal Kombat 1. Actually, what's a Fatal Blow? Let me make sure I know what a Fatal Blow is in Mortal Kombat 1. Because I was thinking about the X-ray thing. Fatal Blow, Mortal Kombat 1. When 2/3 of the player AP is emptied, they will need to press LT and RT simultaneously to do a Fatal Blow. Okay, it is. It is equivalent to that. And he doesn't like it. Okay. Got it. Cool.
Now, I know in any fighting game, you can pop a ult at any time to get back in the match.
Yes. That's exactly what I said. So why is this not good?
But the thing about Tekken 8 is Rage Art is equivalent to Fatal Blow in Mortal Kombat.
Yes, you already said that. So what's the problem with the two of them?
Which is you can't use Rage Art until you're about to die.
Sure. That's true. What's the problem with that? I'll tell you what I don't like about Rage Arts. Rage Arts can do enough damage to where you skip your Rage Art, right? So I'm winning, but I'm only winning by a little bit. You're in Rage, I'm not. I'm a little bit past, you can see the bar, it's like a quarter of your health or something. I'm a little bit past that. A Rage Art, if you execute a Rage Art on me, I now have to, or I now can lose without actually getting my own Rage Art. I think that might be a little bit unfair. I haven't fully developed my opinion on that, but that seems a bit rough. I'll tell you what I do like about it, though. What I actually think is absolutely excellent about it is I can be super aggro and then get you down to Rage Art mode, and I change my game plan almost entirely. Not always. It depends on how good I think you are. If you're not stopping my fucking offense, then I'm gonna keep going. Or if you're not really stopping it, and you're also not hitting me much. So I have most of my health left. I'll just keep going because I can eat a Rage Art. But in games where I'm like half health and I get you in a rage mode, I start poking more. I play way, way, way more safe. Because if I eat a Rage Art, I'm going to be fucking losing. So that mixes up the gameplay greatly. It means you can't just rely on one strategy, which is awesome. I really like that. That's the same thing with the, we talked about in a previous video, with the stages changing. The match changes based on the state of it. How you play has to change because your opponent now has a tool that is not normally available to them. This is great. I think that's an absolutely excellent way to mix it up within a round. So it's not just the same thing.
So it's clearly a get out of jail free card.
Well, it's not a get out of jail free card because you have to land it. It's very easy to punish them too. It's very easy to punish them. I get punished for bad Rage Arts all the time. I punish the fuck out of people for bad Rage Arts all the time. So it's definitely not a get out of jail free card.
Get you back in the match. And what I hate about it is at least Mortal Kombat 1. In Mortal Kombat 1, you can only use Fatal Blow one time. Because I hate Fatal Blow in Mortal Kombat 1. But the thing about it is I always go like, well, at least my opponent can only use it once per match.
Okay. That's true. You can use a Rage Art every single round if you get there. So that's true. So I appreciate that. I can understand why he might think it's a little bit much, because it's just like every match you get or every round you get a comeback mechanic. It's like, if I'm smashing you every round and you always come back with your rage art, like one round isn't really overkill. He might think the balance is a little bit whack here. This is finally something I can grab onto. He was good with the crashes, the rage arts. He doesn't like them because he thinks they're very powerful and they happen every match. This, I can totally grab onto this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I finally have content. I finally have things that I can comment on. Isn't this great? We got there. We got 10 minutes. We got there. So, I disagree with this because it means every round has the potential to turn into I have to switch up my game plan. It doesn't always work, but every round the potential is there. This thing is still fucking following me. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to run back to the site of grace now that I opened the door. But yes, okay. I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point. He just, yeah, I doubt he recognizes how much it actually changes the match within the match. I doubt he recognizes how much it actually means that you have to play it because he's playing at a lower level, which is fine. I understand this. That's okay. So either he values it less than I do, he values that change in game plan and change in flow of the match less than I do, or he doesn't realize it does that. Either one is okay. I would like to explain to him that it does that and show him, like, hey, I can show you matches where I start playing scared. I actually lost a match against somebody because I was playing very scared once they got their rage art, and they just beat me with shit that had nothing to do with the rage art. Which is awesome. I like that type of shit. I like it when I'm more on edge. I like it when I'm beating the shit out of somebody, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, they're going Vegeta, they're going Goku fucking Super Saiyan on me now. They're about to do this because I beat the shit out of them. They're so angry that they can just beat the shit out of me back. I like that, especially because if they don't do it good enough, I get to do it back to them. If they get me down into rage, they no longer have it, but I do. So now they have to play scared. So overall, I appreciate it. I would consider tuning it so that you can't kill someone unless they are also in rage. I would consider that tune. I'm not hard on that, but I would consider tuning it that way.
I get so annoyed when I'm whooping my opponent's ass and they pull out Fatal Blow.
Yes. You do get... This is a bit of a skill issue, though. I know he said, like, oh yeah, like, whatever, I don't care about the skill issue thing. This is a bit of a skill issue because you need to play around it. You need to not only be able to just beat face, you need to be able to play defensively. It forces you to do that. Because if you don't, you're going to eat a huge fucking hit. That's why I like it. I like the multiple rounds versus one round. That's why I like that. Oh, this guy's already was fucking not even a shadow person. See, I think part of that is maybe not a lack of skill, but at least a lack of understanding of it.
But it's alright, well, kinda, because they only can use it one round. But Tekken 8, which has 3 rounds, they can use it every single damn round. I hate that, bro. Like a rage art, a get out of jail free card.
It's definitely not. Don't call it a get out of jail free card. That's objectively incorrect. So when he said this is all, it's gonna have objective things, his opinion on this is bad because he's objectively incorrect about it. It's not a get out of jail free card. First of all, they can kill you. If they do a good enough combo, they can skip your rage. They could just open you up and then hit you with his shit and then hit you with a fucking, like hit you with a bunch of shit, open you up, get you in the air, and then hit you with heat smash. And then you've now skipped your rage. So it's completely gone. Like, you went in the rage, but you were in a combo, so you died. So it's not a get out of jail free card there. It's also not a get out of jail free card because if you miss, you can get hella punished. And if you miss, it's gone. It's not like heat smashes, if you go for it and then they hit you, a lot of times you still have it. I don't even believe rage arts work like that. I believe if you, well, I don't think you actually can get hit out of it. But if you get hit while you do it and you die, you lose it. It's off. So it's not a get out of jail free card, like at all. And when you do use it, even if you get them down to similar health, they have it and you don't. So you are still at a disadvantage. You might be at an advantage in health, but you're still at a disadvantage because they can just instantly fucking kill you. So even if it is like, oh, you quote unquote get out of jail free, they now have a get out of jail free card. So this opinion is just incorrect. This quote unquote subjective opinion is objectively incorrect.
Or they can use it every single round. That's clearly meant for players to get back in the match when they're about to die. Like, look at this annoying shit. Look at this.
It does do that, but it can be meant to mix up the pace of the match. Because it forces a really aggressive person to play more carefully because they don't want to get hit by the rage guard. So that's not the only reason it is. So it clearly being for that, I would say is incorrect, objectively incorrect, because I can come up with other reasons that it may be in there. That doesn't mean it doesn't do that. That's not the only reason. So, generally speaking, even though he's providing substance, his substance is shit. Okay. I want to watch his beautiful gameplay there. But I want to fight this thing first. Because I want to actually look at it. Alright. We smashed Ancient Heroes and more. Before I do that, did anyone follow me? No, because sometimes they fucking follow you. Sometimes they're tricksy. Let's watch this. Okay, so we get a very even match. So already, very even match. Actually, I'm gonna go to the beginning of it. Let me actually sit at a site of grace. I'm a little bit antsy. I'm thinking that somebody's gonna come try to get me. So let's go sit at a site of grace or the entrance or something. And let's see. We're gonna watch this whole match together. We're gonna experience it. We're gonna experience it together. Okay, cool. We're chilling. Let's experience the beauty of this incredible match together.
Annoying shit. Look at this.
Okay, we are starting off. Reyna is about third health. King is about half health. This is a pretty even match. A simple string will get King within the exact same life, pretty much, as Reyna. A simple string. Like a 1-2-1 will get him. So that's on Xbox, that'd be XYX. Or on PlayStation, that'd be square, triangle, square. Square, triangle, square. We'll get this match evened up. So let's see. This is a very close match already. Let's see the get out of jail free card in this. Okay, so not only that, immediately evened it up with a grab. This is like dead fucking even. So who's getting out of jail free here? Let's see it. Let's see the get out of jail free. Okay, tech throw. Got a nice jab. Still quite even. Okay. So King is almost dead. So what Reyna needs to do here is back the fuck up and respect his rage. King, I think, can kill you in one hit anyway here because he can chain grab you. You can break out of it, but he can chain grab you here. So, let's see the get out of jail free. So, here's your problem. You were incredibly aggressive, and you kept hitting. This is your problem. This is a skill issue. Back the fuck up. You need to do safe hits when he's got rage. And you can get around this, no problem. You're winning. You only need like 2 hits on him. You can get him with like 2 or 3 just jabs. You don't even need to do a jab combo. 2 or 3 jabs will kill King right now. So back the fuck up, calm down, and hit him. I think his rage will kill here. This is the issue I was talking about where she might skip her rage. If he goes into rage, So yeah, well, this already isn't a get out of jail free card for what I said. But if she goes into rage, she could just do it right the fuck back, and then kill him. I think it will kill, right? Yes. So this, I'm glad it at least demonstrated exactly what I was talking about. She didn't get a chance to go into rage. He did. That sucks. But this is a skill issue and not understanding the mechanics of the game. That's what this is. It's a complete lack of understanding. Rage arts have armor. So they can eat a couple of hits. I think they can actually just eat hits until the person dies or the rage art happens. I think so. So they might be able to eat many hits. But this is it's just a skill issue, dude. You just don't understand. You need to back the fuck up. Tekken is about spacing. It's about being methodical and spacing. This might be why you're losing at Dragon Ball FighterZ and Mortal Kombat, because those also require spacing. Tekken, more than those other games, is about spacing. So fix the skill issue, and then this becomes way less of a problem for you.
Whooping my opponent's ass.
No, not whooping your opponent's ass. Look, let's look. King is winning. It's tied. You have a slight advantage. Let's see if we can, yeah. You have a slight advantage here. Not whooping anybody's ass. This is still a very close game. You're dead. Nobody's whooping anybody's ass in this. This is not get out of jail free. Here's what you fucked up. Right here. We're gonna go real slow on this. We're gonna go 0.25 speed. You wanna watch? We can watch them real time when they fucked up. Right there! Did you see it? We're gonna go back. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're doing good. We're doing good. Tech to throw. What do we got here? Got him. Got him. Good. Good jabs. Good jabs. I like it. I would do a different combo, but he's jabbing. It's good. We're doing great. We're doing great. Got him on the ground. Okay. You're in a good spot. Okay. Okay. We're going to keep watching. Are you ready? When did he fuck up? Run in. Fine. That's fine. You can totally run in on somebody on rage. Maybe hit him on the ground. Maybe that's what you do right now. You should hit him on the ground right now. But even if you don't, it's going to be okay. Because he might roll, then he might get up and hit you or something. So you can run in. That's fine. Where's your problem? Right there. Okay. Did you see it? Do you see? Yep. Okay, we're going to do it again. Yep, run in. Right there! That's where he fucked up. King is off the ground. King is 100% off the ground. What do? You go for a hit. A non-lethal hit on King. That's what you go for when he's got rage. Rage has armor. Is this smart? Fuck no. You fucked up. You are getting severely punished because you don't understand the game. This is not because the mechanic sucks. It's because you don't understand the mechanic. You can argue reasons why it might suck. Like I said, I might argue it's a little bit unfair that you don't get to go into rage. Because not even a combo got you out of it. Just hitting RT got you out of it. But he punished you. This is a severe punish for a horrible misplay. Don't do that horrible misplay, and then you don't get tagged by this. You don't understand rage. So that's your problem. So unfortunately, I know you didn't like the skill issue argument. This is a skill issue. It's either a mechanical skill or a complete misunderstanding of the mechanics. It's one of those two. And that's justice served. This is justice for your misplay. That's justice. You got what you deserved. You know what you get when you mix bad plays with a really low, angry fucking character? You get what you fucking deserve. That's what you get. Let's make sure we go through here. Okay, gold mask, Brother Corlin's questline, radiant gold mask, helm nearby. Okay, so I've got gold mask and radiant gold mask helm, I think, right? Oh, maybe I don't. I guess I am missing it. So it said to go back. Windmill Village, right? Yes. And then continue west. Okay, let's go.
Whooping my opponent's ass.
No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not whooping your opponent's ass. Very close match. Very close match. And then you fucked up and you lost because of it. That's what happens when you get down to low health. If you fuck up, you lose. Nobody was whooping anybody's ass in this match. And then you fucked up and you lost. Okay, so there's a radiant gold mask. Gold mask at the end of the bridge and speak to him. I know what bridge. Okay. Head west instead. Oh! We're heading west. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go west then. The noble gold mask. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if I did that, but let's go.
And he just got back in the match like that with his rage art.
He was never, not once was he out of the match. Never. He was in it the entire fucking time. That was not a guaranteed win for you, dude. You fucked up. I would consider it he got back in the match if you were beating his ass and then he hits you and then now your fucking life totals are close or something. But that was a very close match the entire fucking time. This is such a terrible fucking example, dude. This is a terrible example. This is not true at all. You're getting your ass. It was super even match. Super even. No fucking idea what you're talking about.
Alright, so let me explain this better to get my point across.
Please. Please do. Please do. Because so far you've just said you were kicking his ass. Which you weren't. It was close. The entire time. You were winning. But winning doesn't matter. The end matters. Just like fucking Dominic Toretto said, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
Alright, so in any fighting game you play, each opponent can do ultimate attacks.
Right. Well, not in any fighting game. Old Tekkens don't have that. I don't think old Street Fighters even have it. Or old Mortal Kombat games. But it seems to be pretty popular now. Smash doesn't have that. It does have the Smash Ball, but that's an item, and competitively it doesn't have items. So, Smash doesn't have it, really, so.
Doesn't matter where your health is at, as long as you have the meter for it. Anyone...
Yes, as long as you have the meter for it. So, what could happen in Street Fighter in the same thing? What would happen here? He can get up and just hit you with a fucking super because your dumbass ran in and tried to hit him. He was up. He was up off the floor when you tried to hit him. So he can retaliate. That's called being punished. And if you get punished with the fucking super, that sucks. Maybe you shouldn't do stupid shit against someone who has a super. Maybe that's how that should be. You know?
One of you can do an ultimate attack. It's either you or your opponent. Long as you have the meter, you can pop it at any time. But the thing about Tekken 8...
Okay. Maybe he's going to make the point that I did, that he didn't get to respond with a rage match. Or, yeah, rage art. The problem already with his statements, it's not any point in time that you can do an ultimate. It's only when you have it. And in Street Fighter, you build that by, I believe, getting hit and hitting. I'm not an expert on Street Fighter. I'm pretty sure hits at least get you. But I think getting hit gets you some too. So it's actually, if getting hit gets you some too, it's actually not crazy different, right? But you can't do it at any time. You can see the fucking meter. So this isn't true. But go ahead. Let's see if you make the same point that I did. That maybe it's unfair that he didn't get to do it.
Same thing with Mortal Kombat is that
It's not the same thing with Mortal Kombat. Okay, wait. Is he saying Tekken is the same thing or the other games are the same thing?
the meter, you can pop it at any time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Tekken 8, same thing with Mortal Kombat.
Okay. My apologies. He's saying Tekken 8 was the same thing with Mortal Kombat. Gotcha. I'm with you.
Is that if you're whooping an opponent's ass, they can hit their ultimate attack.
They could do that in Street Fighter. If you're whooping your opponent's ass, who has like full fucking meter and can do like a level 3 super on you, and you do some dumb shit, you're gonna get caught by a fucking super. You can do that in Dragon Ball Fighter Z as well, and Marvel vs. Capcom. The games that you like.
Where the player, just because he's losing, he gets an ultimate attack and he can get back in the match.
Sure, he wasn't substantially losing. That was a very close match. He ended that. The only way he can end you with a rage art is if the match is close. It literally can't happen another way. You can't be at full health and he ends the match with a rage art. It won't kill you. What are you talking about? I get... Your problem is that getting low health gives you something that the other person doesn't have. That is true. But he can't end the match unless the match is at least pretty fucking close. In which case, he can end the match with a fucking air combo anyway. It's easier to end it with a rage art, but he can do it anyway. He just now has one more tool. What I think the potential problem is that you can't then respond in kind with it in certain situations, like the one you showed. That's a potential problem to me. I could be swayed another way. I'm not doing a deep dive on it. Ultimately, I'm not that upset about it because it doesn't happen very often. But it can. But you got punished for stupid play. That's what happened.
Of course, the one that's winning and the one that's still full on health, or the one that has a decent health bar, he doesn't have rage.
Yes, but you didn't have a decent health bar. You were winning, but you did not have a decent health bar. And also, winning against certain characters isn't like a huge thing. You could be winning against Paul, and he hits you with this fucking, I don't remember the name of it, but that super hard fucking punch, and then you just fucking lose, because it does like half your fucking health. If you get hit by something really fucking hard, that's your fault. Learn who you're playing against. Learn the tools of your opponent. One of the tools of your opponent is that they have rage. So you better play defensively or kick the absolute shit out of them when they do. You did neither. You got punished. You got wrecked. Get good.
But you award the other player with rage because he's getting his ass whooped. I hate that about Mortal Kombat 1 too.
I know you can get some meter in some games from getting hit. I know this is true. I can't remember, but I know that that's true. So you do at least get something for getting your ass whooped in other games.
Trust me, I hate that about Mortal Kombat 1. Hate Fatal Blow. Every time my opponent hits Fatal Blow, I want to throw my controller.
Stop doing the dumb shit. It bothers me when I get hit by a rage art too. You wanna know why? Because it means I did something fucking stupid. And you know what else bothers me? When I go for a rage art and they block it. You want to know why that bothers me? Because it means I did something stupid. Don't do the stupid thing. Get better at not doing the dumbass shit that gets you caught in it. It's really that simple. Fucking block it, dog.
But I deal with it because they can only use it one time per set. But Tekken 8, they can use it every single round. So at the end of the day, man, Tekken 8 is just really, really lackluster to me.
Okay. So his rage art point was fucking stupid. It was absolutely a skill issue. His crashes were a good point. His combo thing, he just said he likes one combo for the other and didn't give me a reason why. That's effectively a non-point to me. So he's got one valid one in that it crashes and he disconnects. Cool.
I hate it. I think it's god awful. It's just not for me, man. It's just not for me. I hope y'all can respect that. Your boy just does.
I don't respect it. Your bad points have made me not respect it. I'm sorry. I would understand if you just say Tekken 8 is a technical mess because you've experienced so many crashes. That would be fair, I guess, based on what you showed me. How many disconnects and how many crashes you had. That would be fair. It hasn't been my experience, so it's really weird to me, but it's fair based on your experience. But I'm not going to respect your opinion based on bad knowledge and misunderstanding everything. I don't respect that. I'm sorry. The combo thing, I can respect that you just don't like those combos, but I would like to at least... You didn't open up the discussion out of it at all. You just said, I don't like it because I don't like it. Look at my footage. I don't like it. Sure. I respect that opinion. It's just completely fucking useless to me.
Doesn't like Tekken. I think it's boring. I don't care about Tekken Ball. I don't care about Arcade Quest. Don't care about the story mode.
So, he did say he likes all those things, but he just doesn't like it because the gameplay in Tekken is bad, and then didn't substantiate why he didn't like the gameplay in Tekken. So those points are invalid too. Because he actually said he likes that type of shit, he just doesn't like it because Tekken.
$80 down the drain. That's your boy's opinion. I'm out.
Oh, that was bad. Okay, so what did we have here? What did we learn today? The first one was just complete misinformation. Absolute just misinformation. Said the game sucks because of a demo we played. Lied about whether you can customize your character. Lied was just, I don't know if he lied or was just wrong about whether or not you can skip some of the like cutscenes during the fight, because you can skip some of them, you can't skip others. You can at least skip the intro. I don't even remember what else he lied about, but that was mostly just misinformation. The fucking video, so that was fun. This one was just unsubstantiated shit. So, you know, he's got his technical thing. The game seems to crash. He doesn't like rage art because he just eats shit all the time because he's bad at the game. And he doesn't like combos for reasons that were unexplained. So, you know, not much I can do with that. But with that, I'm going to call it. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all had fun looking at these fun hot takes with me. They were at least mildly entertaining. So anyway, that's been it. Like, subscribe, all that. Leave comments. Let me know what you think of Tekken, what you think of their bad takes in the comment section. I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl and make some wings. And I hope you all enjoy the Super Bowl. Go 49ers. Even though I like the Seahawks, I should root against the 49ers. I like the Bills more, and the Bills make me hate the Chiefs more. So, and I'm sick of Taylor Swift, and I'm sick of Travis Kelce, and I'm sick of Patrick Mahomes. So, today, we are 49ers fans. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time.